and it went to get water and it fell in. But because it doesn't have
Oh, it
thumbs,
drowned.
yeah.
Dead.
Oh,
And I
Poor
walked
baby.
out this morning to fill up my fountain, and I was like, "Oh, how's it going, House of So?" Oh, hold on. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Okay. How's it
Yes.
going? Welcome to the House of Sewing. It is Wednesday. I want to thank everybody that is here. Hello, hello. Oh, it won't let me go up, but maybe we can go down. How's it going, Sydney? Hello, hello. Ron Thompson, great to see you.
run back.
Welcome to the House of Sewing.
Hey, Ron.
Yay!
Hi,
Rod's been
Sydney.
watching. Rod's been watching my old videos, and you know what I do? I miss. I miss making videos, so I'm gonna get back into making videos.
Yay.
Seeing my old videos has kind of inspired me to start making videos again. Rita, how's it going? Welcome, welcome.
It is going and gone. What can I say? It's there and then it's gone.
Mm,
Doesn't stop me from sewing, though. So
No,
Absolutely. Do you know when
my
I get
voice
sick?
does.
That's when I sew the most.
mhm.
When I don't feel well.
I feel fine. It's just I get really bad laryngitis, and it's just bronchial asthma causes laryngitis, and then allergies going. I'm like, fine. I don't need to talk.
Hi, Kilroy.
The bullshit, as we all know, you're good. Great to see you, Kilroy. Great to see you, Christy. Hello, hello. And hold on, let me take a deep breath. And 20 McTwin from the Twin Planets playing first base for the Minnesota Twins, former star of the show Twin Peaks. How are you?
I'm having an amazing day. Absolutely. 6 more days of school left. Yes.
Oof.
Actually, 5 more days of going to school. That's exciting.
Right.
And then with kids. Yeah, went out with some people tonight. It's great. We're having a great time over here in North Carolina.
North
You guys,
Carolina.
and if you've been following me, the quilt's done. All I got to do is just quilt it together. I'm so excited.
That's the Civil War quilt. Hello, Dre. Hello, Katie Krabs. Hello,
Oh, you want me
Christina.
to- I can get out of the way of it.
I thought there were more blocks than that.
Oh, there are. This is folded in half.
I'm
There's-
like, oh, and wait a minute. There's no way that.
There's more. This quilt is 93 by 112 inches. It is massive. It's the biggest quilt I've ever made.
It's a small quilt.
Oh, it's small. Okay, sorry, because you're used to making California Kings. So yes, it is small to you.
Somebody goes 90, and I'm like, oh, that's a small quilt.
Yeah, but I'll post some pictures of it tomorrow. You know, I got to do my out in the front yard pose, and then I put it on my wooden fence too, and I make it look, a little on the bougie side. So it's great.
Yeah. Wow, they don't go into June in your district.
Nope.
I found all your channels and subs. Thank you, Ron. Thank you. Yay! It is such a pretty quilt. Absolutely.
Thank you.
It was nice meeting you at the expo.
Yes. Oh, Christina. Hi. Yes. I had such a great time meeting you too. Thank you so much for just like calling out my name and finding me. Absolutely. You are a wonderful lady.
So you were spotted in the wild.
I was spotted in the wild. Yeah. Yeah. I was wearing my quilted jacket that I told everyone I was going to wear. And I was, just strolling around one Saturday afternoon. And there comes Christina up with her daughter. And yeah, it was great. We had a good conversation.
Cool.
We did.
A while ago, there was somebody who walked up to me and they were like, "Hey, are you My So-Called Life?" And I was like, oh, "I am. Thank you." And they were like, "You are everything that I thought you were, sir. Thank you." I was so happy that they spotted me. I was like, "Do I need to pose?" Oh, it was great. Oh,
Do we need to take a selfie together? Are we going to
No,
post it
well,
somewhere?
Oh, wow.
people always tell me I thought you were taller, but ever since I've been online, I've said my height so many times. Everybody knows exactly how tall I am.
5'9" if you don't know. 5'9".
5'9".
Maybe 5'11" with the boots.
Do you think so? The boots do lift me up.
Yeah, the boots lift you. Absolutely. But
Oh,
I mean, you don't. It's not a 2-inch heel, but I'm pretty sure you're up there. You're definitely
You
up
know what?
there.
Also, it's my hat too.
Oh, your hat. If you're wearing your hat, you're like 6'1". Yeah.
oh no,
That's
Katie.
hey Arlie. Hello, hello. Great to see you.
Hi, Arlie.
Yay.
Oh, Ollie's here. Hi, Ollie.
Hey.
I ordered the butter and used for the coat, and I went to a friend's address. How did that? How did that happen? Is anyone's guess? Do you know? A while ago, my my mom on her Amazon, every time she ordered something, she would receive two, but they'd only charge her for one.
Amazing.
For 6 months, everything she ordered, she got two of it.
Wow.
It was crazy. So Amazon, I don't know what happened with Amazon. Oh,
Oh wow.
even with
Yeah.
the hat, he's 5'4".
Oh, Kilroy. No, you're tall. You're taller than me. So
That's awesome, Ron. That's
Oh,
awesome. You're making me miss the days. Like I would leave this house and I would tell myself, not coming home until I find I'm not coming home until I find a sewing machine.
yeah.
Oh. I'm trying to make an interesting video on my new to me Kenmore machine. It even has 5 cams. That's awesome.
So
Just
funny.
you know what? I live in a land of giants, so I feel like I'm 5'4" sometimes because the average person around here is over 6 feet tall.
Kilroy, how tall are you? Just asking. Maybe Kilroy's 5'4", and he just wants you to be the same height as
I
him.
think Gilroy is like 6'4", 6'5". I think
Oh wow,
I
that's
could be
pretty tall.
wrong.
good grief. That's way up there.
It's been a
Yeah.
while, but Kilroy towers over me.
Wow.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
We'll have to go meet him in the wild.
Speaking of in the wild, speaking of people who have been watching my old videos,
Mm-hmm.
oh, whoops, wrong button. So,
Yeah.
Twinny McTwin asked, I'm answering your what you posted in my thing. You asked, did I ever make my Technicolor coat? And the
Yeah.
answer is kind of. What
Okay.
happened is one day I walked into this place called Hobby Lobby.
Mm-hmm.
And I found the material that is the Technicolor material. It was literally called Technicolor material.
Oh,
So I made kind of, I don't even know what you'd call it, but I would roller skate with this,
I haven't gotten to that video.
and then I added patches to it. Man, I have not worn this in forever. Still fits though. and
Oh, I've seen
and
that
it,
short.
it has
Yes.
a hood. So yes, to answer your question, yes, I have finished the Technicolor coat.
Because I was 2 seconds away from sending you the Bargello. I was just like, he needs the Bargello. The Bargello's kind of, it has that Technicolor Dreamcoat vibe to it.
I saw a quote on YouTube TED Talk that reminded me of you, William. The case of making art when the world is on fire. That
Amazing.
it's funny you'd say that, Arlie. I constantly refer to myself like I feel like Shaun of the Dead sometimes. Like all these crazy things are going on, and I'm like, I'm gonna sew a coat.
Mm-hmm.
The world's literally imploding around me, and I'm just whining about my first world problems. Like I live like that. Speaking of sewing machines, I thought my Athena 2000 was having a timing issue. Took off the bottom, and 50-year-old plastic gears was making the bobbin go finally broke. But I can get replacements.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the problem. There's a Canadian. Oh, what? It was a stylist.
60.
It was a stylist,
Good
and the
grief.
plastic gears utterly and completely on video actually, which you guys will see because you'll get there one day. The plastic gears just completely and utterly broke on me.
Oh,
You would fit in where I live, Kilroy. Everybody around here is that height, but people move here. I swear there are like there's I want to do a consensus of what the average height in my area, not just LA County, just my area.
yeah.
Honestly, with old printed plastics, we're in consumer goods back then, 50 years ago, for a couple gears, is excellent performance. Plastic nowadays are better. That
Yeah.
is true, depending on what it is.
Yeah.
Great to see you,
Hey,
Sheila.
Sheila.
Great to see you. Jess, you have a different background.
I do, Ollie. Ollie, it's done. The quilt's done. All 50 pieces, it's all together. I'm gonna make a little video of it tomorrow. But I sent you a picture through your email. You were the first one that got to see it. Well, got a picture of it. So I put it up on my wall even before William got to see it or anybody else. So I sent it to you, Ollie, knowing that you had some really good conversations with me about it. So I appreciate you. So yeah, it's amazing. I'm so glad that it's done. And I've already entered it into a quilt show. So we'll see where that goes, y'all.
Oh,
Now you just need a private jet.
Are you gonna book me one?
I'm gonna get on here like Cleflo Dollar and ask the congregation to pay for it. Oh, I'm glad he was so host. When he asked his congregation to buy him a jet, I was so glad that people hosed him. Go buy your own
Um,
jet.
yeah,
She
I
got
do, Kilroy. You're right.
guns for all occasions.
You know, for your birthday, Kilroy, I'll make a special quote just for us for your birthday. You just gotta let me know.
Yes, I did. Oh, that's AI.
No way. Oh my word, Ron.
Oh, that's
No,
oh my! I fail. I fail so hard in the AI world. I thought that was real. I
I
have
literally
failed.
thought it was real too. Oh my
That's
word.
why I don't like AI. Oh, that's
I,
crazy, Ron. That was amazing. Thank you so much. That was amazing. I want that vest. Those patches don't exist. I'm gonna make them exist. That is so funny. I was like looking at the vest. I watched that thing like 9 or 10 times because I wanted to see what patches were on the vest.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Candace. Hello, hello. Judy.
I just
Hello, hello.
I don't mean to speak over you. I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just put Ron's channel link in the channel for everyone so they can go watch it.
Absolutely. Ron, you're absolutely amazing. Welcome to the community.
hi, Judy.
You like Ron, Judy, great to see you. Watching my old videos, I was like, I don't know, something awoke. But I'm on my Soapalooza right now. Every night something happens. Every night something happens. Doom, doom, doo, doo, doom, 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 doom. The music comes on, the lights come on. I get beamed down, and I just start sewing. Every night I've been sewing.
You have been very busy. Kilroy, is there a theme of a quilt that you like? And then I'll stop talking first. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's
So
a crook. Every single person. There's actually a YouTuber that I watch that worked for Cleflo Dollar as well that says the same. Oh, oh, that's so funny. I forgot he was in Atlanta. That's right, because he was in the Ludacris video. Good times. Good times.
mm,
He was a crook. I worked with a couple of people from his congregation. Those people were so broke. That is crazy. TV preachers are huge scammers. Okay, so I have been sewing, and I I don't know if anyone noticed on the short, but there is different. What would you My sleeves are different. Would that be tweeds?
Yes,
Twode?
you have two different style
Tweedings?
tweeds. Yes.
Tweeds?
Tweed twins. I mean, they
Twode?
look very similar. It's just the one's chunkier than the other.
I don't know a damn thing about quilts, but I do like the Art Deco geometry. Absolutely, that's what got me into it.
French blankets. Interesting. Okay, Kilroy, you're throwing me for a loop, but I got you. Okay.
I made another conservative hood. Oh, sorry for all the people at home. I'm slamming my mic around. This is tiny as usual.
9 days. No, 5 days. Yeah. It's a lot longer than I thought it was.
It's because it gets scrunched up, but when I get on my skates, it goes full wind seal. But I added pockets. But I'm gonna because I critique myself. I put the pockets like just an inch too high.
I was gonna say you're reaching up. You needed to have lowered them a little bit.
Just like a little bit because I have extremely long arms.
Oh, show us the lining. You gotta, let's see what the inside looks like.
I used
Yeah.
I
I like that
used
sweater.
this is it's called hipster splash.
Hips. Yeah.
What a terrible name. But I got 8 yards it said $2 a yard, but they gave it to me even cheaper because I checked my receipts.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm not complaining. But I was gonna show the arm and the shirt are two different colors.
Yeah, you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
What it actually looks like is you're wearing a vest. If you don't look at it just right, it looks like you're wearing a vest over a shirt.
Yeah, but it goes.
It goes,
I told him that the next time he makes something like that, he needs to put the leather on the elbows, and I think that would be absolutely amazing.
yep. Put a little.
Hamster splash. I love that is the craziest name. They give fabric the craziest name. Damn it, well now I have the Eagle song Desperado in my head. Now I do too. Desperado. My soul life can't sing, but that doesn't stop him. Desperado. Tweet is so hot. Do you know what is so funny? I do not get inspired until the summer because a month from now, I'm going to have magically all this time on my hands. And I'm going to warn you, I still won't wake up until noon. But I work third shift. But I'm ready for the summer. But every year I do the same thing and I'm making a bunch of tweed jackets. And it was when I was standing outside this morning, it was a crisp 90 degrees.
Oh, when summer finally showed up.
The sun showed up. Every day the sun has been blocked out every day. And then I came home. I woke up because I come home and I woke up and I'm like, oh, the sun's out. And it was warm. It was warm.
And when the sun goes down, it gets cold. This time of year,
I
anyway.
got freaking cold here again. It's great. The weather doesn't know what it wants to do because it was raining yesterday. And today it's like, boom, summer. Start plowing the fields. Well, because we really don't have spring. There's no such thing as spring here, so it just goes to instant summer. I finally found a few yards, 3 colors of denim at Goodwill. It's got a musty odor. I gotta wash it, but it was cheap. I call it flash frying, but I wash everything that comes from the Goodwill. Everything. And the stuff that comes from the swap meet, I wash that as well.
You never know what's in it. Ooh.
Well, most of the time, okay, this is the perfect example. This is tweed. This smells like wool. This has that wool smell to it. I love that smell. This is real because I do get a lot of synthetic tweed, but this is real wool. Man, this is so hot. One of the first quilts I made had a pretty black fabric with multicolored specks. It was called Witch's Underwear. That is crazy. They give the craziest names to fabric. At least it was just smells musty, not like paint locker. A paint lap. Okay. In my defense, the stinky fabric smelled like a burning gas station. It smelled like burning petroleum. It's hard to explain. It smelled like burning gas.
I just don't know how you didn't smell it when you were there.
So
And all the way.
the where Modelo Man was is an old sewing factory.
Oh,
So
smell.
the buildings where they sell this stuff, the rooms are huge. They're open aired. It's almost like they're old storage rooms that are just open up to the street because it's just rolls and rolls of fabric. So I really didn't smell it. And then I'm not kidding you. I'm driving home and I'm like, I got a little bit past Burbank. I remember I'm like, what's that smell? But my brain was like, LA stinks. So I'm talking trash. In my head, I'm like, oh, Burbank is smelly. And I'm driving home. And there's a rule. If you can still smell it 15 miles later, it's you. So I got home. And I was like, yeah, I held it a lot longer than I should have. I got it home and I played with it. I tried everything. And the funny thing is, the more I would cut into it, the more it would outgas. So I would cut it like, because this, either I would go nose blind or the smell would just disappear. But I would cut into it and would reintroduce the smell. So that stuff was the stinky fabric was real.
Wow.
I don't know what a burning gas station.
Nasty.
I've lived. Did you start a big wildfire?
This is where the plague mask came in handy, right?
No, but there was a guy who was a fire starter who got busted because he was giving interviews to the news. And the cops were like, this guy's a little overzealous. And they went to his house and he started a massive wildfire. He's probably still in jail right now. They gave him time, like time.
Wow.
Check my photos. We made the quote in 2012. Oh, wow. Hey, Cynthia. I have a real rule like that. Like if something smells and you walk away and you still smell it, it's you. It's check your shoes. See if you sat on something, it's you. But like because the smell wouldn't go away. And you know what's so funny? The only thing I ever really made out of that was chaps. Because I made a shirt and I made a yoke. But it smelled so bad, I didn't put the yoke on the shirt because the stinky fabric was that reeky. So I learned a lesson. Not everything that glitters is gold. It's because Modelo Man would give me these deals, and I wanted pleather, but I wasn't willing to pay pleather prices.
Yeah.
Imagine doing an arson and holding a presser after. You gotta have some Boston. Hey, great. The guy was, someone like that is ill. And so this guy thought he was slick. And if I'll find the clip. You could see it in his face. Oh, hey, green hand. Great.
Hey, Jerry.
Harry. Dang it.
She just makes me smile every time I see that. I love it.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love you, Terry.
So what should I make tonight in my overzealous attempt to fill my time? Because I don't sleep at night.
Well, I got to see what kind of fabric we're playing with.
Thank you for asking. Thank you. And also thank you for asking. I wear this all the time. This is like when I walk in my closet, this is right there. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I was really concerned that I'd have to send you the Bargello. Like, I was really concerned that you didn't make it. but I'm just not there yet in the videos apparently.
It
So
was
it's probably coming.
it's when I discovered Hobby Lobby, they had a lot of prints that they don't have other places. And they had a
Mhm.
lot of African prints too at Hobby Lobby.
They
A
still do.
ton. A
Mhm.
ton. I was really surprised.
Oh, does anyone know if it's 40% off week at Hobby Lobby this week? Or is that next week?
Oh
I
gosh,
don't.
is it this week?
If it's this week, I'm going.
The only one I've seen is that Joanne's, the ones that are left, is 90% off.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
wow.
not ready to ever go back there.
You know what? I might go in there and buy I want a rack. I'm waiting until it's just racks
Oh,
and cameras. I want one of their wall racks.
That's pretty much what's left. It says entire store inventory is what it says. It says store inventory 90% off. So they're getting rid of light fixtures, the whole enchilada.
you gonna
Hey,
put a rack? You gonna put a rack behind you so we can put all your fabric on it?
I'm thinking about moving these and opening up my Nook thing in here.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
really, there's like the blue chair and a couple sewing machines. We'll see what happens this summer, how bored I get.
The blue chair has to stay.
The blue chair will be here forever, I promise. I promise. One of the largest
Yeah.
forest fires in Colorado was caused by a forest ranger burning her ex-boyfriend's letter. No.
It is
See?
40% off this week.
Oh, that's crazy. It's not worth it, people. It is not worth it. Awesome,
No.
Alibaba. Awesome. There's a fabricaholic in the room. Don't talk about sewing sales. When when Blockbuster went out of business, I walked in there with 3 people from my job. We bought the racks. I still have the casing to all their cameras. I was like,
Mhm.
there's not cameras in here. I was like, I don't care. I want the casing. I bought everything. I bought a Star Trek poster for 50 cents that's still in my middle bedroom closet right now. I bought I literally bought the racks. They're at my job right now. So if
Mhm.
you're missing Blockbuster and you want a job, come work at my job. But I go crazy for stuff like that. But I really don't have the space like I used to back then. But I went crazy when Blockbuster went out of business, and I bought like because they had like just mix matchy stuff of series. I was like, I'll take all these DVDs, and the guy was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I'll give it to you for $20." So I went crazy with Blockbuster.
Hmm.
Well, Kilroy, if I'm making you a quilt, I'm gonna need to know if it's 40% off because that's where I'm going to go first. Wow. But he's 6'3". Oh, that's a big quilt. Hmm.
Joanne's is 40% off this week.
Yeah.
The man is trying to get sober after falling off the wagon. No, I've been doing really good. I haven't bought any sewing machines, and like even right now, I'm going through the fabric that I've purchased, and tonight I'm gonna sew something from something I've purchased recently, instead
Mhm.
of not doing that. No, I haven't bought a sewing machine. That was the problem. I only have these hands, and I don't want to say how many sewing machines I have. How many sewing machines I
This
have.
many fingers times this many fingers times this many fingers.
It would, yes.
That's a
That's an
plus.
AI picture. Now that's an AI picture. Mine isn't there yet, but the employee that helped me with the fabric was rude. So I don't know. See, Cynthia is saying exactly what my
That,
main problem with Joanne's was, is that they were
Mhm.
irreprehensibly rude.
Yeah.
that was
Ah,
the case, though. Joanne's employees have always been rude. Always.
I'm not saying, oh, I'm happy to hear this, but I'm glad that other people are experiencing this because I took it personal at first.
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends on which store I went into. If I went to the one in Raleigh, they were just not my cup of tea. If I went to the one in Wilmington, North Carolina, definitely will never go there again. They're horrible. But if I go to the one in Greensboro or just other areas around me, They're just sweet and nice. I love it. Like they
You
have
know,
Southern hospitality.
I can't believe I'm about to say this. And they literally, my patches scared them to the point where the Avengers assembled in a circle. But even Hobby Lobby, the woman, and no, everybody who has ever cut fabric for me has been the most polite, engaging. Like they're
Mhm.
like, "Oh, so you sew? Oh, cool!" And I'm showing them my phone. Nothing but love.
Nothing but
Nothing but love.
right.
Because they're curious, and I'll answer your question. Be careful, because you might go down a rabbit hole. You're like, "Oh my gosh, he really does sew."
And if
But
there's no one at the cutting table, you ring that bell, and then they're there with smiles on their face.
I'm telling you, and at
It's
Joanne's,
sweet.
they're like, "What you want? What do you want? What do
How
you
much
want?"
else do you want? 10 yards, take it all.
And don't ask me, if I'm at an auto parts store, don't ask me what I'm there for. If I'm at Joanne's, don't ask me why. What do you need? Fabric. You're at the fabric table. They weren't rude to me. Oh, okay. See, Sheila, they weren't rude to Sheila.
Well, I guess
Hey,
Virginia's just better.
kids. What's that?
I said Virginia's just another beast, I guess, up there.
Hey, kids. I live in snooty Southern California, where you don't know if they're going to be the kindest person ever or a complete snoot boots. Complete snoot boots. How's it going, Skits? Great to see you. I get that their job is ending in 3 weeks, but still not excusable. Exactly. How's it going, Sheila? I completely missed that. Sheila, great to see you. Welcome, welcome. And rah rah, Skits. I might re-release a few of my shorts because I went through and a bunch of them are blocked. So if you
Hmm.
see me walking with my yellow coat, just act normal. If I'm out in front of my house with my coat I made 2 years ago, it's
Why did you get blocked?
the songs I use.
Oh, okay.
Copyright. It's always even shorts have an extremely loose policy, but they're still weird about it. And I want to know why I cannot play Faith No More. Just a question, you two. My three Joannes had nice employees. They're all gone now. That stinks.
Hmm.
That's why that's why I like my local Ace Hardware over Home Depot. The prices are higher, but the people are exactly there to help you. So in my town is the exact same. We had a local store that was my town's name, but it went under. They all started working at Ace. So the entire staff that used to work at the local hardware store all work at Ace. So I go there for propane and stuff. Hobby Lobby employees are Chick-fil-A fabric store. I scared them though. When I walk in there, they I swear I went to high school with the manager though. I swear.
Huh.
Do you think I went to do you think I only went to Joanne and VA?
No.
I gotta re-release that. I gotta. You know
Hmm.
what though, and this is my personal experience because I've been to Joanne's in Vegas. I've been to Joanne's not in my town because LA County is humongous. It's my area because people think that they're better than everybody else, and we all drive on the same roads, eat the same food.
Put pants on the same way. Hmm.
Honestly, I've been to stores that were going out of business, and I get it. Only time in my life where I've seen a cashier reading a Cosmopolitan magazine at the register, the atmosphere goes to crap. Oh, that's hilarious. That's true, though. That is so true. Because why would you care? Like, um, I I'm always weary of the person who gives me their 2 weeks because they're just gonna stand around for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I don't need you. I told you I was gonna quit. Fire me so I can collect unemployment. Fire me. They like dare you to fire. Ace Hardware is so helpful. When I walk into mine, they are like, how can I help you? Which actually I like that because they take me to exactly what I need. When I go into a fabric store, they always say the first time I go in, what is your wife making? I get that too. I tell them I'm making wrestling masks and sell on eBay. I sell for business. They say, "Oh." I love that reaction. I love that reaction when people are like, "Men sew." I love that face. But experienced sewists usually don't say anything. But there are those people that are like, "Does this guy know he's in a fabric store?" But that's one of the reasons I started wearing my so-called life patches, because I'll walk past and people look at me, they will see House of Sewing, my so-called life, like I'm here too. I could see the stress and fear all over the employees' faces. Yeah, and you still got to show up. You're not going to be working there 3 weeks from then.
Yeah, it's tough.
So you know usually, even a coat with pockets used to take more time, but it's something that I do all the time now. And what should I make next? It's been a while since I've made a cloak. I have a good amount of this material.
Okay.
This
What
is
color is that?
it's teal, black, and white,
Okay.
like teal green.
Mm-hmm.
But I also give me a second because this is a mess. There's a ton of this, and I try to
Yes.
organize it, but I end up just curling it into a giant ball. I need my assistant, my apprentice, young Mister Sewing.
Is he not available at this moment in time?
No, he's on bodyguard duty with his grandmother right now because she had to go get a CAT scan,
Okay.
and they made it all late at night too.
Sounds like it's 8:30 over there. That's weird.
I was like, yeah, he knows how to fight. Take him with you. Take him with you. He's grown man size. He's all buff. He'll protect his grandma. And I live in the burbs. And the particular medical facility is literally out in the middle of nowhere. So, mine is the size of an actual store, not the size of a commercial airplane hangar like Home Depot. Same. And I like having to walk 10 miles. I do like cruising through Lowe's and Home Depot, though. I do. I'll try all the doors. I'll stand
Really?
in the showers. I'm like, I don't know if I like this one or not. Like, that's a field trip. Ace Hardware is great. They can tell the exact location. I like that. I do like that.
Yeah, that's what I like. Like Ace closed in our area. So the only thing I have left is Lowe's, unless I go to Home Depot, which is about an hour away. But yeah, I like the app. I can tell you exactly what bay it is, all that numbers. I love it. Because I'm not
Must be
pushing
hard.
the search.
Must be hard to scan a cat. That'd be a fist fight to get a cat in a scanner. That would be a fight, Skiz. I watched a Mexican blanket into a poncho. I've got one dying to make it into a poncho. Okay, so was it like a couple streams ago I made a caftan / poncho? My advice is much better. Now, you fold it in half, you make a slit across the top, and then you cut the V because you need space for the back of your neck.
Yep.
And it's really simple. It's a really simple thing. I still have that. I gotta find that thing. I had a bunch of I have real wool blankets from the Yucatan, and then I have a few that are the fake ones that they sell to tourists now. The more modern ones, and the only difference is they're made by a machine. They're not like the ones that I have are made by hand. The other ones are made by a machine. I had to ask the security guard at the hospital last night to walk me to my car. I said to him, I can't run anymore, so please watch for the killer.
Oh, Terry, I understand that. I'm glad that you asked for help.
Absolutely. You never know. Even in my my sleepy town, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know why they made it all late. And I'm trying to keep my son away from his friend. I had to block my face. I won't even tell the story. Should I tell the story? No, I won't.
Yes.
Should I?
Yes. Go ahead. Come on, boss.
Come on, fork it over. Let's hear
So
this.
this morning,
Spill the tea.
so I have a fountain. I have a fountain in my backyard. And you know what? I built that. So I love posing in front of my fountain. If you ever wonder why I'm standing in front of my fountain, that is me literally saying, I built this. I built this.
I'm surprised it doesn't have a plaque that says your name on it.
So I go out there and my hose has a leak. It has a heavy leak, and no matter how many O-rings, washers, I've replaced the pipe and it still leaks. So I put a literal tub, because my son hand washes his clothes in the backyard because we live sometimes like it's 1860. Well, I taught him how to wash his own clothes, but he hand washes some of his his MMA stuff.
Mhm.
Long story short, go watch. I I haven't emptied the bucket in a while. Okay, I'm telling the truth. I haven't emptied it in a while. So I go to turn on the hose, and there's a possum floating, looking at me. It is a fully grown possum, and that thing is gone. That thing is se fue, muerte. It is freaking gone. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that's not real. No, am I seeing things? So I go, I go and tell my son, I'm like, go turn the hose on. And I walk in here, but I don't hear the pipes turning on, because once you turn on the hose, I can hear the pipes through the house. And I go and I look out there. He has a stick and he's trying to turn the hose on with the stick. I'm like, okay, there really was a possum in there. Oh,
Oh,
Ew.
it is short. It is short. Poor guy couldn't make it out the bucket.
oh.
Ew.
And so I had to explain the circle of life to my son. And my son's grown. He is grown, but he's still, we're city folks. I'm fearless. With my boots on, I am fearless. But, my son's like, he's like, what should we do with it? I'm like, go get some baking soda and quit messing around. Oh.
Oh, the smell.
We're going to need to countrify him. He needs to be country-fed.
The possum didn't know where the emergency exits were. It was just sitting in there looking at me. And my first thought was, oh, poor guy. I'm just trying to. I'm seriously. Keep in mind, I'm wearing my wool coat. It is 90 degrees outside, and I'm standing under my patio, which I don't know why I put a ton of steel on top. So it's cool underneath, but the second I walk out, it is radiating from my patio. Oh, yeah, that possum was no more.
Ew.
Possum in a Bucket sounds like a 2000s comedy movie. And I kept on telling because, I love, man, my pops was my hero, but that man was harsh. He'd be like, go get it. He was mean about it. I'm like, look, this, let's name him. Give him a name. Poor guy crawled in here.
We don't name animals.
It was hilarious to see my son's reaction.
Oh.
It was so. And then he has all these kinds of questions, and he's asking all these things, and I'm like, you need to leave that thing alone. And he's like, where is it? I'm like, I'm not going to tell you. So that's why I sent him with his grandmother. That is why I sent him with because my mom will my mom is not scared of children. My mom is not scared to tell a child. No, my mom would suplex a 7-year-old. My mom is old school. If I have a problem, I'll call my mom because I know she's not scared. Oh,
good mom.
How big was the bucket? It's a tub. it's a tote that you would put Christmas stuff in. We got it at the Dollar Tree. My son bought a few of them because I told him these things are cheap. Because I have Christmas tubs from Walmart from 15 years ago. They were just better built. I have Rubbermaid ones. You
Yes.
know, like these are just pressed plastic. You know, but it was normal tub size, and I shut. It's big enough to fit under the hose spigot.
Hmm.
And I was just trying to shoot my short, wear my wool coat and my coat, and pose in front of my fountain. So if you see me in front of the fountain in any of the shots, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have to do something about that blossom in a minute.
Oh,
He's not winking. He's just ill.
And then my son's like, it's playing possum. And I'm like, it is the possum champion of the world 2025 then. Because it's been because I have cameras in my backyard.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right,
You did not.
I never check, and I checked because there's all kinds of crazy stuff that goes on back there, and
Yeah.
you can't see it, but the poor guy goes in and he never comes out.
Oh, he was just thirsty. All he
Yeah.
wanted was something to drink.
There's water everywhere.
Oh, he wanted that bucket.
There's water everywhere here. I have the fountain. My aloe vera has a dish at the bottom where I actually fill that with water because the animals come at night and drink out of that.
Yeah.
So
yep.
my granddaughter. Oh, sorry. My granddaughter would have cleaned that up for you. She's a different kind of tea. Oh, I actually appreciate people like that. Your granddaughter's gonna grow up and become a doctor. See, people like that. I need people like that in my workplace. That's disgusting when you think about it. Poor thing. How could it not get out of the bucket? Okay, this is what I explained to my son. If it was a possum, or no, I'm so sorry. If it was a raccoon, raccoons have thumbs. Raccoon's gonna go like this and do a pull up and roll out. Possums do. Our marsupial brothers and sisters do not have opposable thumbs in the way in which they can crawl out of the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that really destroyed my hoodies. Everyone's all concerned about the possum.
Please tell me you went and got rid of the possum.
The possum was properly disposed of.
Thank you.
Thanks,
I had
Ross.
to make sure that my son was gone though, and it wasn't even about. He just was a little too curious.
Yeah.
And then, like me and my mom and my son were talking, and I walked out of the room, and he goes in the kitchen, and my mom's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "1, 2." I walked around. I caught him at the door. I was like, "Where you going?" And he's like, "Nowhere." And he just stood there. I'm like, "What are you doing? Where you going?" Curiosity, man. Curiosity.
Well, he wouldn't be a teenager if he wasn't.
I'm like, let's take care of the task. That is me. I am like, let's get rid of this thing. But I had things to do. I'm a parent. I'm on the front line in my fighter plane. I had to take him to school. I had to go to the bank. I had stuff to do. So PD Possum had to wait a minute. Oh, I think so. She's the only kid. I know she watches the doctor take her blood. I still haven't done that. I have. I look down.
Yeah.
I do. I look down.
I only tell them they have one stick, though. You only have one chance. But I have a good vein. That's why I said, if you can't find this vein, there's something wrong with you.
I saw this amazing thing in Japan. They have this machine that goes literally on your arm, and it shows the phlebotomist where your veins are.
They have that here in North Carolina, too.
Well, they don't have
Because
it here.
my daughter has deep veins. So they put that on her so that they can find them.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So it's here in the United States.
Do you print your own stickers on your machine? No, I have an Amazon addiction, and I buy those sticker mass bundles because I'm crazy. I'm addicted to stickers. I thought I would get over it, but I get to wear a hard hat. I'm like, oh, excuse for stickers. Like,
Um,
I love stickers.
this has triggered something for me. Have you been and watched some shorts from his channel?
Yeah, I've been watching.
So did you see the laser that he has?
Yes,
I was just like, oh my word, when is William going to get one?
I was a
Did you
helicopter mom, and now my daughter is as well.
know?
I was a helicopter dad. I was, and in a lot of ways, I still am. But I'm guiding my son towards manhood. Because I know I can't be there for all of it, but I'm just telling him the cliff notes along the way.
Mhm.
I don't watch the doctor take my blood.
Hmm.
I'm like, look, it's interesting, especially when they have to take a lot because they pop that thing in and it's bloop, it fills up. They pop the other thing in.
Yeah.
I get 2 blood tests every week. If I was still afraid of blood and needles, by now it'd be somewhat strange. Absolutely. I think that's another thing. I was a sick kid because of my immune system. So I got over a lot of that early because I was always at the doctor. And when you're young, they want to figure out what's wrong with you.
Mhm.
So they actually run thorough tests, at least back in the day. So
At least-
should I make one of the reasons I purchased this denim is because I was going to buy an oversized hoodie on Amazon that was this color.
Mhm.
But now the denim jacket that was $15 is now 47, 48, and it's creeping up and up as the days go by. And my first thought was, I could make that. So I'm thinking about making an oversized hoodie. But it's
So
such a
you're
it's a
going to destroy the serger, right?
no, I promise that I will sew Scout's honor. Was it this hand? Oh, I
Oh,
forgot about that. What about this one? Does that still work?
it probably
It's the
does.
final countdown. Do. That's what it makes me think of every time.
Yes. Those laser show.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's literally what I do. I make oversized hoodies. So I'm deciding what I should do. I've seen where people use their laser to engrave on jeans fabric. I'm gonna try it. I've seen that. I have seen that. I wanna look but can't. It's because I was a sick kid, so I really don't have those stigmas.
Oh, I hate needles. Had them all my life, and I hate needles. I can't.
It's really funny. I'm talking tough right now. I was sick, what, like 3 or 4 months ago. I went to the doctor and they're like, we got to give you a shot in your duff. I was literally like, okay, I'm a man. I can do it. The guy, I gave him like this much space. Literally, I felt the air and I was like, oh, and I flinched. And he laughed so hard. I was like, is it done? He's like, I haven't even got it out of the package yet. So for as much as I'm talking tough, I was so flinchy. I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I was sick for real. Oh man, oh yeah. So for as much as I'm talking tough right now, I flinched heavy. They had to use the vein light gadget on me several times. I have some deep veins as well. They look like they're close to the surface, but it's kind of deceptive. I inherited my mother's varicose veins. Oh my gosh. You can literally, well, I don't know if the lighting works. We'll see. Oh yeah, you can see them. You can literally see my veins.
Mm-hmm.
And I have very deep blue veins because of my mother. So thank you, Mom. Phlebotomists are always like, oh, well, thank you. Because you can clearly see where my veins are.
Yeah, they love people like us where they can just, oh, I'm just going to pop it right there.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh my gosh. I get that. What is that? Vagia, vaso,
Vascovagal.
Pass out.
vasovagal system. Yikes. Hey, Ed. Hello, hello. Great to see you. Great to see you, Ed. Welcome, welcome. I have very visible veins. The doctors love me. Looks like I draw with blue ink. Same, same.
Mhm.
That's the one that I inherited from my mother. Where my extreme it trips me out. Because a person of my complexion, they're like, oh no, and they look at me and they're like, oh, I can see your veins. But I haven't had my blood drawn in a very long time. Because when I don't feel good, I just go wander out in the woods and sit on a rock like this. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hilarious.
Those shots are the worst, Katie. They are. I was extremely ill though, and I got a what is it called? It's a certain lung steroid, and they have to give it to you in your duff. They have to because it's so strong. And the guy told me because there's like it's mixed with something. That's why it hurts. But I can't
Cortisol?
remember what he said it was mixed with, and it hurt.
Mhm.
You can see my veins in my videos, but they reminded me of my mom, so I don't like it.
Mhm.
Same, Terry. I totally get that. I feel the blood draw like it's draining me.
Oh, Terry.
I was a sick kid. I was a very sick kid, so I totally get that. My right arm has terrible veins, but my left arm is great. I donated over 10 gallons, started
Wow.
at 18.
You go, Chris. That's
Oh,
amazing.
wow. They gave me they gave my babies their vaccine in their thighs.
Yeah.
They go for the fattiest part of the body.
Yeah, they do that
Oh.
until they're like 3 or 4 or something like that.
Does Shalom have a YouTube channel?
Mm-mm. No, she doesn't.
She's just amazing and hangs out with us.
Yes. She's sinusy tonight, so she's not here with us tonight, but well, she's with me. Yes.
I'm a baby donor because my blood can be given to babies. I don't have some marker most people have.
Wow.
Wow. I've been to a few countries on the list. So some people will take my blood and some people won't.
Yeah, I'm a universal donor, but I can't take. I can give, but can't take.
Mm-hmm.
Because of I'm a donor. But hey man, I've really worked my liver, my lungs, so you know, maybe they'll take one of my ribs or something. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So should I make a do you know when I see this material, I want to make pants, but then I'm going to run into the same dilemma of having nothing to match it with. This is silver and blue. This is Detroit Lions colors.
Okay.
The blue denim jacket you just made would go with
Yeah,
it.
that's what I was going to say. The jacket you just wore yesterday.
But I can't repeat on a short.
Okay.
Actually, I do have other denim jackets though that I've
Okay.
made.
So make those pants and then make your denim hoodie
Excuse me.
and put them together.
Okay. But what about this Pac-Man material?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
It's. I don't think it would go with those pants.
I have to see how much material I want to make. I might make this tonight. I want to make a putrid green coat. Is this putrid enough?
It's close.
I like that green, so.
But we could definitely green screen that.
Okay, I don't like that. I watched it. I used to a long time ago.
I'm trying to save you. That could be a green screen.
So if I make pants, they could like superimpose like Prince Charles on my face. I mean, on my pants.
Probably.
Oh, I can't donate blood, but I have to get pallet transfers, so I'm thankful for those who do. Absolutely. They can only start platelets for 30 days, so regular blood donations keep me alive. Wow.
That's amazing.
Those those blocks behind you are awesome.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was supposed to be a table runner, but I'm going to turn it into a quilt.
How big is it going to be?
I don't do anything less than a California King. It's just the size I like.
That's right. I like that. That's going to be huge.
Yes.
The quilts I do are usually 6.5 feet wide by 7.5 long,
Wow.
because it goes over the California King bed, over and down to the bottom.
Yes,
Well,
all
that's
the
about-
is guacamole. Yes.
So
A little bit.
yeah, I'm trying to think of like how many blocks that would be. That's quite a few.
I don't know, because these are small blocks.
Yeah.
So when I usually make them, the blocks I do are huge, but these are tiny things.
Would you adjust the size of them and make the blocks larger? No. Okay.
No, I just have to add more of that center box in a box, and just add more, not the outside, but the center. I have to go more to the
Hmm.
and then I'm going to put a big tulip, a big huge tulip as a center.
Oh, that'd be very beautiful.
Right.
So, one more question. So how do you quilt it? Like, do you quilt it all on your domestic, or do you tie it, or
Nope.
you just quilt it on your
I
domestic?
hate tie-in quilts.
Okay.
I just quilted on this machine here, and I just
Okay.
roll the sides and I quilt it. Either that or I hand quilted.
Thank you.
I love hand quilting. I can hand quilt. I don't really need to see. You just go in and out,
Mhm.
I need to store my fabric like Rita has hers. Looks good. Yeah, I'm Donnie Don't. I'm a mess. Like, I am a complete.
That's just a box. I built a shadow box.
I think I might work on the green.
Shadow box.
The problem with tweed that I'm starting to run into is I'm trying not to make everything like this is a different tweed, but I've made 4 or 5 things that look like this.
The
Mhm.
same color. So why don't you make one that's like a patchwork tweed?
I have. I need to make a better one though. I messed up on the top. So I do need to
one
make it.
that's got, like, on the front, has 2 colors in the front, 2 colors down the leg, 1 color on one side, 1 color on the other, but in the front, and then opposite colors on the other side of the leg.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You haven't made one of those.
I've only done throws and 1 full. I don't have the bandwidth to do larger. Hey Linda, hello, great to see you. Welcome.
So Terry, the Civil War quilt turned out to be 93 by 112 inches. It's a big guy.
I want to make a Klingon flag in the gym. That's why I wanted that Amazon sideways sewing machine. But everyone tells me it's junk. I watch way too many ads. I want that sealer machine. Oh, I
Like
gotta
how big is this flag?
Well, as big as your imagination. I have access to a gym.
Okay. Yes, Terry, 93 by 112. So it's I ended up putting some more half square triangles in it because I didn't want to trim it down. I just thought it looked so pretty, but I'll have videos up tomorrow. I will. And so and it's too big for my long arm, so I'm going to have to go out in the wild and go to a quilt store and quilt it there. I found one if you once you take a class, it's only $18 an hour to use their long arm. So I think that's justifiable from in my brain. So I just need to get batting. Yes.
Go get some fleece. It's cheaper.
Yeah, I have fleece too. Um, I'm putting it in the quilt show, so I don't want anything showing through it. So I'm gonna have
Fleece,
to go.
fleece won't show through.
Um, I do have some really light fabric on here, and all my fleece that I have is darker at the moment. Like I'd have to find some lighter
Oh,
colored fleece or some gray fleece.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry if I missed any. Oh, is that is that a gym or a skating rink? The only reason that I'm allowed to skate in there is because I know the owner.
Mm.
That is the only reason. Because if you try to do that in any gym anywhere else, you would destroy that floor.
Mhm.
And I know somebody who at 12 years old restored that floor. Cough, cough, me. I sewed huge flags to hang in a high school gym, sewed them on the gym floor. See, I want a Klingon flag that you can see from outer space.
Wow. And question, are we putting this on the roof of your house? Because
Okay, so I'm so glad that you asked.
okay.
In 2012, people lost their brains. People literally thought that the world was going to come to an end from a culture that they don't even follow, but they'll follow their prophecy. Laugh, laugh.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm obsessed with this Gregory Peck movie called On the Beach. It's about nukes that go off, and this submarine crew survives. I don't want to give the movie away, but there's some of the survivors, and they have to go to Australia. And when they go, because Australia is the only place where the nuclear winds haven't hit, and when everyone reaches Australia, there's a sign that says, "If you arrive, you survive. We're still here, brother." And
Hmm.
so I made I still have it. I made a "We're still here, brother" sign on, and I put it on my roof. I had to take it off because I was on the news 3 times.
Oh,
Wow.
And if you think about it, they had to like one news guy, because my house is big, but it's not that big. The sign was
Mhm.
humongous, and you could only see it from the roof. You know,
helicopter or drone
yeah,
seen it.
no, it was helicopters because I lived near a freeway, so they
Yeah.
would pan. And there was one, I'll find it. There was a newscaster who was like, "Is that a sign on a house?" But it was just weird to me that people were so scared of 2012. Same thing happened during Y2K. Somebody that lived on my parents' block, I knew my entire life, they moved to Montana because they
Hmm.
thought the world was going to end, and they never moved back. They still is probably watching this right now. He never came back.
Y2K was just so silly. People were just being silly.
Yeah, I thought it was ridiculous.
I
So so you know the square foot of your roof. So that guess that's how big the flag will be.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
whoops. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it. I mean,
Oh
go
yeah.
dry out your fabric. Rita and I'll be there in the morning. Rita, I'm
Everyone's gonna
coming.
die. Have you heard of the guy who has a sign on the roof? Oh man. But mine was deep. I literally took it from a movie that people hadn't seen in 40, 50 years. Like because of my parents, I grew up watching older movies. So I'm obsessed with Gregory Peck movies. And On the Beach was my movie to the point where I own it on VHS, DVD, I own it on Laserdisc,
Hmm.
Betamax. I love that movie. Saying welcome to Kane when it's actually saying welcome to cut A when it's actually City B.
Mhm.
I love that movie. Oh, saying, oh, okay. Yes, I have, Katie. Now that I'm reading what you said, I have because there's like all these weird city ordinances, like in Burbank and Van Nuys, where you cannot put things on your roof. But
Mhm.
I don't live there because if you live near the airport, they don't want planes to be distracted.
Oh,
But I
that's
don't live on
true.
their flight path. 2020 was just as ridiculous. I sat at home and gained 50 pounds. I'm not kidding you. I was 170 when I walked into the pandemic. I gained a solid 50, if not more, during the pandemic. But also it also coincided with my 40s, and 40s landed on me like a wrestler. Like
It had
here's what.
nothing to do with all the junk food you were eating.
Are you kidding? Hey, Lori, how's it going? I would never partake in junk food, ever, ever. And yes, where I live, chips are still $7.29.
Yep.
Well, they're like that. They're the same price in North Carolina now too.
But we actually have to pay this price.
So do I.
Oh, really?
Cereal,
I
yes.
don't feel as bad. I don't feel as bad.
I've
Yeah.
had COVID twice, Terry. So,
I was shocked.
yep.
My son had it before we knew what it was.
Yep.
Like
Mm.
literally a month before lockdown. They just gave him a bunch of antibiotics and stuff.
Yep.
We were locked in with our food exactly. I'm not kidding you. People were working out. What were those bikes? The Pelotons? Or is that what they're called?
Mhm.
Oh,
Peloton.
people were connected. I was sitting on the couch eating ho-hos, little Debbie's. Then I started making my own cornbread and everything. Dude, y'all need to shop the sales. My problem is I've gone crazy lately purchasing fabric, so I need to justify what I have because
Mm.
I still have all the stuff I bought from 2 or 3 trips ago sitting on the brown chair that is now hidden because there's so much stuff in here.
Mm.
So you make a deal with yourself. You can't purchase any more until you make something with what you have.
I have been everything I've made lately, except for that Miami Dolphins colored um, hoodie. Everything was something from my stash. That was me. Like I should have made a right instead of a left at Walmart. I should have kept walking. I was like, let me turn over here with my cart. Let me
Mm.
go over here. Peloton.
Mm.
I'm not saying it was real. I got, I got, you know what though? And I'm not even mad about it. I gained a ton of weight. I keep saying I'm eating pasta and not gaining weight. It did catch up 230 pandemic pounds. That for me, it was cake. I all of a
Mm.
sudden this baker was just came alive inside of me. And it started like it was bad. There was one time I walked in the kitchen, my son's sitting at the table. It's breakfast time. He's watching cartoons and he has a giant piece of cake in front of him. And I'm like,
Oh,
well, we haven't left the house in like 2 weeks. Eat on, kid. And I literally
Yeah.
grabbed a piece of cake and sat next to him. And I was like, well, I guess this is breakfast, man. Oh, I miss the little guy. 30 pounds, not 230.
I was like, she is not that big. She is not that big. Mm.
I found whatever you lost. I don't eat sweets. Sweets are what did me in my
yep.
addiction to cakes and and then I graduated to cupcakes
Mm.
because I was just stuck in the house. And because of my job, like if you have any kind of respiratory anything, they didn't want you there.
This
And
is the
so
only bad. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
This is the only bad thing I don't like about this time of the year is like I start getting all my teacher gifts, and they're all candy. And so, and I can't just sit there. Like it's like we're doing testing or we're on break. Oh, let me get into these peanut M&Ms. And then all of a sudden I look and it's gone. I'm like, oh. And
No.
I eat too much junk right now. I
Oh,
know.
peanut M&Ms are the worst. I could eat like 10 pounds of those.
I've gained like 20 pounds in the last like month. That's what it feels like anyway.
With a grape. Use a grape. Eat a grape or a strawberry or.
I eat those too. I grow grapes. I walk in my backyard and just with 2 hands, I'm eating those things.
So Rita, I bring soup to school every day. Yogurt, like plain Greek yogurt and blueberries, and I put honey in it.
Yep.
And then
Honey.
I love honey. And then a cheese stick sometimes, and then water. That's all I have all day long.
Mm-hmm. That's more than I have.
I don't maybe I'm eating too much. I don't know.
I just don't eat. I don't like sweets.
So, yeah, I gotta be eating way too much. I need to start tracking it again because I lost a lot of weight with the surgery and I don't want to gain it back. So I'm just very mindful of it. Very, very mindful. Oh no, the stick. He's taking it back. Oh, poor kid. Anywho, but yeah, it's too much junk at this time of the year.
No, I just eat grapes or
grilled grapes the other day. Interesting.
I like the green seedless grapes is the ones I like. I don't like the ones with seeds in them.
I have both. I actually probably have a third kind. I just don't pay attention to it because they're all my I can't remember if it's the Concord. I can't remember which ones, but they're all green at first.
Right.
And they are so sour. I eat them like that's why I'm addicted to sour
right.
Patch.
Sour grapes. I love crab apples.
Oh, I go off with sour grapes.
Yeah, frozen grapes also.
Interesting.
I'll freeze them and I don't use real ice in my drink. I use either frozen cubes or I freeze grapes and put it in my soda or my water. They freeze solid and it takes them forever to unthaw.
Never thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about grilling grapes either.
Yep.
Do we skewer these things?
Same question. Do you just place them directly on the grill?
They'll fall through. But you can
oil.
Like, what do you make those shish kebab things?
Yeah.
You can put a grape on those, and it's kind of like putting a little tomato or a piece of pineapple. It gives the same sweetness to whatever you're eating as a pineapple.
I have like Lowe's or Home Depot or Walmart Char King, so it has a million attachments.
Mm-hmm.
I have like a flat attachment where I could just put them on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You can skewer, but I didn't. Oh right. Wow, you can skewer.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, I make those edible arrangements using them that they skewer.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I guess next time on the grill.
What's that?
The next time I turn on the grill, I'm going to skewer some black grapes and put them on there. That's all we eat is the black grapes.
They're just no longer kind of crunchy. They become kind of soggy like. Yeah. They don't stay crunchy the inside.
Seriously, between Ron and Twinny McTwin, I want to thank you guys because I started watching my own videos and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that guy.
You can't forget about your past. You shouldn't try anyway.
No, I had fun. It's nothing bad. I wasn't like, I wasn't
I never
pirate out in the ocean. I'm the captain now. Great movie, though. Great movie.
Mm. There's a song that you play, and I can't think of what it is right now, but it reminds me of one of the shows that my girls used to listen to. I gotta figure out who plays it. You play it back in those older
Is it
videos.
the I
Mm-mm.
follow any from like I did not watch television or really listen to the radio or anything from um I want to say 1999 all the way until almost 2010ish. No,
Mhm.
2008. So for I
Yes.
so I missed out on that entire era. So when I hear certain songs from that era, I fall in love because I didn't hear them, and they're old to
Mhm.
other people, but I'd never heard these songs before.
Yes.
Has anyone made a small can ice cooler? I saw a wrestling belt with a can cooler.
Those are fun.
Oh,
Those are fun to make.
I got rid of. My grandma had one of those Radiation King old school TVs. I'm so mad I got rid of it because I wanted to make a fish tank.
Mhm.
Good night, Ollie. I'll see you later in the chat sometime.
Ollie, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for coming by. You are always appreciated here. And if you have any questions, you can now direct them towards me, and I will Google anything that Ollie has put out. Or I'm kidding.
Yep, that works. That
Right.
works. Yeah, if your sugar's low.
I eat the purple grapes for breakfast, dinner, snacks in between with my blood sugar. I think I need to start doing this. My son all the time he's like, all that stuff. Do you use that as insulin? And I'm like, I don't know. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't know. He's been saying that since he was a little kid.
No, we're so pricking your finger. I I have said this the last 2 times. Like the last 2 times, I'm like, no. When I get there, we're gonna prick your finger. No, the next time I see you, we're pricking your finger.
Because
Drive me
you're now
wild.
realizing, because you're now running through your head all my habits. You're like, oh, maybe
Yeah,
he does. I like sugar
you do, which is not a bad thing.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
and salt, pretzels.
Yeah.
I like Himalayan salt. I use it all the time.
I have a very cliche question. If Himalayan salt is millions of years old, how come it has an expiration date?
I don't know. It's a rock. It's like, how can a rock have an expiration date?
Oxidation.
What if my son asked me this during the panty? During the, you know what, Ron? Now I want a cooler with a belt in it. During the panty, my son asked me, how can Himalayan salt go if it's millions of years old? And I'm like, I don't know.
The only
That's a
thing
good question.
is, after it's been processed, then it now contains other things. So as long as it's not been touched,
Yeah. Maybe they use preservatives. It oxidizes. It just doesn't have the same flavor.
mine's
Doesn't carry
rock.
it.
Mine's rock though. I
Mm.
buy Himalayan rock salt, so the pieces are huge, and it has a grinder it goes into.
So funny, I buy it too. Okay, I'm gonna go get my sugar right now because I think it's on the counter. I haven't even.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, Terry, put a zero behind that too. And Twinny McTwin over here. I don't know how many times he gets it a year. I'm kind of concerned, but we got to see how much sugar he has left over. I'm gonna say he has like a third of a bag left.
Uh, Ron, sugar isn't bad as long as you use example. Baron's diabetic. He's type 2 diabetic. You use rock sugar and not fake sugar, or and then
It's
it's
not a
not
20-pound bag.
yeah, it's by cutting out
This
sugar.
isn't what I'll admit to. I won't admit to the 20-pound bag.
But that's what we wanted to see.
I'm not gonna show you how much sugar. I'm gonna illustrate of this. This is my son's 10-pound bag
Yes.
because the 20-pound is mine. We bought this a while ago.
Oh. Hmm.
I probably buy 5 pounds of sugar in once every
Thank
5 years.
you.
I don't use
Hello, Denise. Hello, Nancy. Great to see
Hey.
everybody. I'm a sugar hog. I can't eat sugar. I found out during Christmas I'm diabetic. My blood sugar was 360, but can't go down. I need to stop eating sugar, which is why Twinnie McTwin is so concerned
Right.
because she hung out with me and saw that my talking wasn't just talking.
But you can just switch to like raw sugar, which
I
is
would like him to survive a few more years, y'all.
raw sugar is different. It's brown in color, and you use less of it. It's just
Mm,
Hawaiian sugar, raw sugar.
you're right.
I just read Skitz's comment. Hey Nancy, I worry for William, but he's a grown boy, so I drink a lot of water. You know, this room is my room of debauchery between fabric, sewing, and sugar
Mm.
because I drink countless bottles of water all day long. And yes, they do look tiny in my hand.
So put some frozen grapes in there.
In about a month, I'm gonna have so many grapes, I'm not gonna know what to do with it. I don't have a problem. You have a problem. Use this big lighter to melt sugar in a bed spoon. This is so
Well, William, start
Skits,
freezing your
Skits,
grapes.
no.
Put them in bags and freeze them.
We ain't making him this. Nope. Nope.
sugar is a carbohydrate. You still have to limit your carbs if you're diabetic. Raw sugar is still sugar.
It
But
is.
replace that with fiber. And for every fiber, it takes away the carbohydrates. So that's how you offset.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know that like I cannot continue at the pace that I am at right now. I know. So I do try to regulate. I quit eating pastrami 4 days out of the week.
Oh, it's good.
French dips. Oh, I'm hungry
So-
all over again.
Rita, I'm gonna have to go to California sooner than later. We're gonna have to test it. When are you available?
I
Because
can.
I'll be available after next Friday. Oh my word.
Pizzas. Are you kidding me? Wins for comment of the night. Absolutely.
Yes.
It's not
Yes.
until you're acting like Pookie with the straw.
Oh.
How is bratwurst legal? It's so good. I love bratwurst. See, but the problem is bratwurst will catch up with you too. It'll clog your heart. You clog your arteries so fast.
Oh, that grease. Yeah.
I love. You know, it's funny. I really didn't like that stuff until I moved up north, and I just started going places, and I was like, oh, let me try it. Loved it. Fiber does not offset your carbs.
There is something. There's a dietary. I need to find something with it on there. Well, I don't eat anything in here, so no, there's something that it's like a sugar alcohol or something. It's like it's like a fiber, but no, fiber cancels out carbs. It doesn't cancel out sugar. It cancels out carbs because carbs are sugar. You got to think about that too, because your body takes that carbohydrate and makes it into sugar in order for it to work through your muscles and stuff. So you want to try to eat as much fiber as you can to offset the carbs, depending on how many carbs you're eating. My grandma was a diabetic for 82 years, and I took care of her for pretty much almost 20 of those years. So
I drink too much soda. I switched to zero soda and eat low sugar. It works for me.
yeah.
I need to. I haven't drank pop in so long. I can't.
Replacing. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Kilroy hasn't had soda in forever. I drink way too much. Last couple of years, growing green pepper and onions goes well with it. I grow green onions. I have them in front of my house, and whenever you get near that thing, you're like, oh man, those are green onions. Matter of fact, in my shorts, when I'm standing and there's like plants behind me, if I'm behind like a baby blue wall, those are green onions. They're along my walkway as you walk into my house. It's a strange feeling when I'm like having a potato and I'm like, I need some green onions. I literally just walk outside my house with scissors
and cut them up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Celery growing out there. Have celery, mint, garlic, onions.
Pizza is so good, but it makes my sugar skyrocket. I love pizza. I don't know what's wrong. I love pizza so much. I'm really not supposed to eat that either.
Yeah, Sheila, you can do that.
Eat a protein with your carb. It slowly breaks down the carbs into sugar.
Hmm.
You can't eat a bunch of cake, then turn around and eat a bunch of celery to cancel it. I
Yeah.
wish that was true because then I would eat the celery and the cake at the same time.
I always thought it was funny when you see somebody at a fast food store or like fast food, they say they're on a diet, they order a Diet Coke and 4 Big Macs. They're on a diet, okay?
A long time ago, someone I knew was told to quit smoking and drinking. So I'm not kidding you. They switched to Marlboro Lights and they started drinking Bud Light. This was
Oh,
years ago, and they did not survive that choice. So let's just put. It depends. I like a good fresh green onion,
Hmm.
and my son harvested. Like I will open up my fridge and it'll be in a bag. He's on top of it. I have a baked potato addiction. I love a giant. I make a baked potato into a meal.
Hmm.
I wish you could eat that stuff. My eating habits are terrible. The older I get, I have to slow down or I have to offset it. I did start taking vitamins and stuff like that, but even with that, I do have to watch my diet.
You just have to remember to offset it. If you eat junk food here, don't eat it here. Eat something else.
You know what's funny though? With my son, he's an utter and complete health nut. So, part of me is like, oh, I did my duty for Queen and Country. Like, because he's so healthy, I'm like, I did my job.
Hmm.
So I ate a bunch of crap during COVID and ended up with diabetes. I have been through classes and learned a lot. Since then, my numbers have been in the normal range.
oh, wonderful.
You know what the problem is too is that I haven't found a healthy alternative to my habits.
Hmm.
Like I eat a lot of chips and I've noticed I eat a lot of like kettle chips which are just fried.
You just like that crunch, or
It's the oil.
okay?
Tap it in my vein. It's the oil.
Make your own.
I might have to get rid of the chair. I
There's
do have a thing of sugar in here. Careful if you come to my house.
Where's the Cabbage Patch, Sour Patch Kids?
They're nestled behind the green thing over there.
Oh, okay.
You reminded me. I need to go into Walmart tomorrow. I need to write a list. I need quite a few things. I always go with such determination, and I literally leave Walmart drinking a Yoo-hoo, and I'm like, oh man, I forgot everything. I forgot everything.
Hmm.
So I have to write a list because I go crazy at Walmart.
So, what have you decided that you're going to make tonight, or start working on?
I haven't eaten chips in a while too. I love that's my problem. Doritos, all of that stuff. I had to back off the Lay's barbecue chips. I had raw sugar in my tea every morning, no sweet tea. I'm thinking about a green jacket just because I have a ton of green material. And I'm still waiting on my Starfleet badge for my Captain Kirk shirt. And I needed, speaking of all that food, I need to do some sit ups. Because I have, like, well, actually, no. I have Captain Kirk's body when he was my age. I have the 40s Kirk body. I also eat a lot of potato chips. I'm addicted to potato chips. I air fry. I cut out all fried foods. It was tough, but I'd rather do that than meds. I need to hear that. I
Hmm.
need to hear that because I have very succinct habits. I also lost 50 pounds just by changing my diet.
It's wonderful.
When I cut like real Coca-Cola out of my diet, I lost, I think, like this was years ago, but I lost like 11 pounds within a month when I quit drinking
Mm,
soda. But I went right back a couple years later.
yeah.
I just make chips out of apples.
Yeah, dehydrating apples or yeah, that would be cool.
You can also make chips out of mandarin oranges.
Dehydrated apples remind me of being a kid.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have bags and bags of figs in my freezer just for that. Like I've dehydrated figs. Those are so good.
I like the taste of figs. Ooh.
Mm.
I love apple chips. You do
They
feel
just take so much space in the dehydrator. It takes so long. So I don't know. I do also do the apples, but I mostly do figs. That's what my family likes. So
well. I do things that I know those little furry things can eat.
hmm
The difference. I also cook for I know things that they can eat, and they love apple chips.
Hey, Colleen. Hello, hello. Great to see you. Welcome back.
hi, Colleen.
Hi, Colleen.
Trying to figure out which to. Oh, yeah. I think I have enough.
Oh yeah, you do.
It's deceptive because I fold everything when I transport it,
hmm
because when I buy a certain amount, it gets heavy. Then I have to carry it to my car after eating like two giant McMuffins from McDonald's,
And churros.
roasted peanuts.
Uh, corn. What is it? What am I trying to think of? I call it Mexican
Moleta,
corn.
man. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I get it in a
corn
bowl.
guy.
Uh,
hmm
if you slice them really thin, Terry, like super thin, and I peel my apples and slice them really thin if I'm going to eat them.
It is so sewing time. Absolutely. You know what's so funny, Cynthia? I was thinking the same thing. I growing up, I still love Fig Newtons. Still do this thing. I've been eating those things my whole life. I know people don't like them. I'm obsessed. That's
Mhm.
another thing I'll buy at a gas station is Fig Newtons.
Do you like? So, would you ever have a fig tree?
No, because I grew up. No, just because
Okay.
they have a very they have a smell.
Really?
I grew up around fig trees and
They
apricot trees,
Mm.
and
they
so I
smell.
don't. Figs reek, and
Yeah, they
apricots as well. Apricot. If you don't harvest that apricot immediately, it smells like hot mayonnaise. I grew up around both, so I'm not a
Yeah.
fan.
yeah.
I've never noticed that my fig tree had a smell to it.
Oh, they because you properly take care of it. They reek if you do not.
Yep. If you don't
Well,
harvest them when they need to, it smells.
exactly. Yeah, I always harvest them, but I really need to chop it down because I forgot to do that this year.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, this tree is 20 feet high. No,
It's too late now.
I was gonna definitely.
It's been a while. I'm actually working on a hammer outfit. I need to finish my hammer outfit.
Really?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
one that I'm thinking of?
yeah.
Yay!
You perked up on that one.
I can't wait. I've been waiting for this for months.
Months.
You, Sheila.
Months.
I have a backlog.
And it's okay. When you're ready, the people will be ready.
I should do a video on how to make those. They're really easy.
I might
Do
have to
you
do Yuppie Splash again for the background because yellow and green would be a weird combo, don't you think? Like
No,
a
yellow and green? It all depends on the yellow.
yellow
with
and
the
green.
bright yellow. Yeah, I guess I could make an Oakland A inspired coat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not a bad idea, actually. We'll see Well, so, you know what? Like I used to say, I'm just gonna start sewing and see what happens.
Oh, Forrest Gump just came through my brain. I'm just gonna start sewing.
I'm just gonna start sewing.
Nope,
When,
don't have
when
it.
that is what I'm doing right now. This is me. I just started sewing.
I just
So between my possum buddy, traffic. Today was just a normal day.
yeah, about as normal as you can get on a Wednesday.
That and am I gonna have enough room? Yeah, because I'm just gonna make a giant collar with this anyway. I'm on my Sewapalooza right now. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like sewing.
Hmm. I'm glad you're back. I've missed it.
Never had a smelly fig tree. You know what? Also,
Me either, Terry.
where I live, it's hot.
They
And
smell.
so when the heat hits it, it's something else. I have more PTSD from an apricot tree
Mm-hmm.
because being the youngest, I was always out there. Apricots reek. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I just think with all the heat that you get, and if you don't pick them off at a certain time, it's just like everything starts fermenting.
Instantly.
And yeah,
Yeah, it's ferment right on the tree.
I do like fruit trees though. So what fruit trees would you have? If any?
Pineapple?
Isn't that a bush?
Huh?
Isn't that a bush or is that a tree? That's not a tree?
Pineapple is a tree. Comes out. Yes, you can grow a pineapple tree.
It is
And
a tree. Have you ever grown a pineapple?
No.
Grow a pineapple.
It's literally the stalk, and then the pineapple is the top of the tree.
Yeah, you can
You'll
grow.
have to show me what's your pineapples. Are you still growing them?
Yeah, pineapples are tasty palm trees.
Okay. Well, send me a picture of your
They
pineapple then.
have you ever seen like a pineapple field? It looks like palm trees.
Yes.
No.
And then when it flowers, the pineapple comes right out of the center of that palm tree.
Smelly fig would be a great Reddit name. If you ever see that, it's me. That comes to mind often. I started running, and I just kept running. That is like a motto of. I love that movie. Pre-internet, I used to watch that and Independence Day all the time. I loved Independence Day.
We'll have to make you a T-shirt that said, "I just started sewing," and I just kept sewing.
I just started sewing, but I have to have a giant beard.
Well, you're working on it.
No one likes my beard.
Okay.
Everyone around me is like, you've made your point. Can you shave your beard? The beard staying. I'm gonna come down with 2 tweed tablets. Thou shalt leave me alone when I'm sewing.
Yes.
Oh,
that'd be funny.
now that's a good skip for a video. The day I finally lost it. Man, I don't know. I don't know where I was when I cut this. Yeepers.
I'll put it in the queue of videos that you need to make.
Ron got me all inspired. I'll be back eventually. I'm having too much fun sewing. Honestly, right now, do you notice how I'm not fighting people on the internet? I'm not a political channel. I'm not talking about gossip. I am having too much fun sewing. Do you use the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air machine much? I used to a lot because it was such a dependable machine, but because it's my grandmother's machine, I don't know. I keep it in a safe place. It's weird because it was so brand new. I never knew my grandmother had that machine. And when she passed away, it was in the back of her closet. And it
Mhm.
was like brand new. And that thing's a beast. The Bel Air, so at least that particular machine was well built. Can't grow pineapples in my climate. I'm trying to make a teddy bear for my granddaughter, but it's sort of like looks like a bit like Willie Nelson and the Easter Bunny. They'll love it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
They'll love it. Calling that Bugs Bunny in his hippie car. Oh, Colleen, I guarantee you that they will absolutely love it. Anything my grandmother made me at all, I still have.
Oh, that's wonderful.
When I was a kid, I had a Peter Cottontail blanket that I would carry everywhere,
Oh,
and it annoyed my grandmother, so she made me a pillow out of the blanket. I still
did
have
they call you Linus?
what? No, they called me Woodstock because of my hair.
Oh,
They said I look like Woodstock.
What hair?
From the Peanuts.
my grandmother, she knitted two jackets that I still have. So I will
That's
never
awesome.
get rid of them, and they're lined and everything. Like, she did an amazing job with it. My sister and I had matching ones.
My grandmother was obsessed with making those weird body pillows with arms.
Oh yeah.
I have a ton of those. All teddy bears should have their own personality. Absolutely.
Please.
So, do you have another channel where you talk politics? I used to 6 years ago. I used to, but then I found out that's just a good way to end up not like what happens when you end up talking politics? Everybody takes everything personal, or
Mhm.
you find the people who are grossly insecure who go after you. It's not like I don't know. I just do not have it in me to go back and forth with people like that. I would rather sit here. What did I do with that? If you really want to be frustrated, you should start sewing. And then you won't have time for politics. I'm kidding. I'm just not, I just don't. You know what it is too? Is that we all have to live on this planet together. So I'm one of those people that's just like, eventually we're going to have to figure it out. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about to make it a dog toy. I think. Oh, I'm sure your
Oh,
grandmother would love it.
little kids like things like that. They don't care what it looks like.
Mm.
I'm all over YouTube. If you just type in my name, I'm on all different types of people's channels. I am all over YouTube.
With your old name or for both of them?
For this one,
Mm-hmm.
I've done more appearances in my name than I have now.
Okay.
My cat keeps screaming, so I have to keep turning it, muting off. I don't know why he's screaming.
I wondered what that was.
Yeah, he keeps coming in here. Like somebody said, he sounds like he's in heat. No, he's not in heat. He's not Tom, and he's just old, and he doesn't meow. He screams. I think he's part Siamese. That's what he sounds like, a Siamese cat. But he doesn't meow. He screams.
Yeah. Pam, I also feel the same way, that like this community that we're involved in
Yep.
doesn't talk like politics, and we're just basic either, sewing and quilting channels. So we're going to talk about what's going on around the world or something like that, or within our lives. But Yeah, there's no reason to
I don't do
feel
politics.
anything. We all have different opinions on things. So,
I don't watch the news. I hate the news. I don't want to
yeah.
see it, so I don't watch it. News is watching the dancing hamsters. Those are hilarious.
Yeah. Like,
It's cartoon dancing hamsters or whatever it's called.
yeah, like I think of sewing as like a safe space for me. So I don't want to be indoctrinated by someone else's opinion on something that if I wanted to watch the weather or sorry, the news, then I can
You watch the news, right?
watch the news.
There's
Get it?
a bar up the street from my house, and as
Mhm.
you walk in on the back patio, they have a giant sign that says "No politics, no religion."
Mm.
Yeah, people can't
No,
discuss
and that's,
without getting mad at each other.
Especially in a bar. That is so. I always thought that was smart.
mm, no, and
Because that's how
especially
you.
around here, I mean, it's like the Bible Belt of the United States of America. I mean, that's like one of the top 10 questions they ask you. So, are you Christian? And
Oh,
where do you go? Like,
It's
if you can't tell what I am just by talking to me,
right,
then we need to work. Then you need to work on yourself.
right.
So,
no one does that around here. You know what people say to me? Hey, cool vest. Hey, man, I like your jacket.
Mhm.
I guess I can't. I can't.
Nope.
I can't. I'm just gonna keep saying that word.
Even when I lived in Arizona, people weren't like that. People in Oregon, if they were well, Oregon is its own planet.
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
serious. See, Rita's laughing because she's been
I
there.
say I lived there till I was graduated high school. And Oregon is its own planet. Literally.
When they see when they say keep Portland weird, they're not lying.
Towns 2 miles apart in Oregon, it'll be like this one's from outer space and this one's actually from Earth. Seriously? Yeah, Oregon is its own entity. Yes.
Oh, right. Swimming is supposed to be relaxing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Is there a schedule when your lives are? Just wondering. I saw your video of Jess that y'all were going. Oh, well, we stopped doing the Sunday thing. I personally got burnt out, but
Right.
I go live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Mhm. I'm gonna start doing live. To do live and I can't talk is I can't.
I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
But you ever notice there's less people doing lives on Sundays and Mondays?
Which 2 days?
Sunday and Monday, there's
Oh
hardly
yeah.
anybody doing. And then I notice it's starting to happen on Tuesdays too. You got Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Everybody is just like, where did all the lives go?
Yeah. Because after next week, I'll start going live during the day.
Right. People are
So
burning out, is what people are just burning out.
yeah,
Like,
like either before Mona, probably before Mona, because
right.
she goes on at 1 o'clock, and there's really no one in the morning, and
No, Leanna goes on in the mornings.
oh she's like at 5 o'clock in the morning now.
Nah, for me it's like 3. Kind of like Sean. He's like 3 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, sometimes I remember, oh, they're on, and then other times I forget. But Leanna's always on in the morning.
Rita, you're like 3 o'clock in the morning for me sometimes when you go on.
Right. So it's I don't pay attention till the time, and I'm like, oh, this is a weird time to go on. Nobody's up. Cool. That means nobody would be there for a live.
I couldn't live in the Bible Belt for that reason alone. Like how nosy. Where I live, people just say hi and bye to each other. We all do this. That's
Right.
all we do.
I wish it was like that.
It's not so much being nosy as they will invite you to visit their church if you don't already go somewhere. They're generally nice about it, and everybody can see it's not because they're interested in religions. It's because they're looking for stuff to talk behind your back.
Yeah.
Here, people are a little bit more subtle, like what Sheila is saying. People here are extremely subtle, but it's different where I live than anywhere else. Like I was telling Jess how when the first time I went to Louisiana, it was culture shock for me because it's way different from where I'm from. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it was just way different.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends on where you're from. And now I think that place is a great place with great food and great people.
Yes, definitely great people. Oh, did I not get it big enough? Well, I hope so. Well, we'll see.
Not
I always laugh at myself. I go coat crazy when it starts getting hot. Oh, the sun's out. Let's make a tweed coat back to back because this is real tweed.
Oh, so I bought something the other day.
Uh-oh.
I know. Oh, that was my door.
Uh huh.
Get
We know
the
you.
E40
Never
out.
mind. They won't.
Don't even.
In my experience, people aren't judgy if you don't go to church. My my mom is judgy towards me, but that's my mother.
I want to be a superhero.
They're just very clicky with the people they go to church with.
Yeah.
But you know what though? I found in any organization, people form weird hierarchies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't mean to start the whole churchy talk either. So, but
Oh, it's
I'm
okay.
sorry, y'all.
No, I'm gonna hang my sign and read my disclaimer.
Let Jess have her own opinions.
I know Skits already asked where the exits are. I need to bring my disclaimer back.
Mm.
Where the exits are. Yeah.
Rita, you and I need to get like flight attendant outfits when he wears them, so that we can go left and right. Like we have like a little hat that we put on and a little scarf. That's all we need.
They have to be the old school TWA.
Okay.
I did that for Halloween once,
Mm-hmm.
and then put Freddy Krueger fingers on my nails.
Oh,
I love
yes.
that.
And I took if you take the inside of a pumpkin and put red food coloring in it, it
Yeah.
literally looks like guts. And I hung them on my neck, so when I looked like a flight attendant till I turned around.
Amazing.
It's
I
like,
used to. Okay. I love Halloween.
mm-hmm.
I love doing all of the haunted stuff.
Mhm.
Really do. Just like going to the haunted houses, haunted trails, just carving the pumpkins, doing all the things, going trick or treating.
Mm.
Then I got married. Enough said. And that all stopped.
Well, like,
Enough said.
That got to do with anything.
where
What?
where Twinny McTwin lives, it's in the Bible Belt where I live. We go off during Halloween.
Oh no!
I have
there's
a whole Halloween wardrobe.
Mhm.
During the month of October, I have a bunch of spooky shirts. I have my Bone to Be Wild with a pumpkin riding. It's supposed to be a motorcycle. It looks like a moped, but I
How
still
did
wear
I
it.
not notice this last year?
I wore it in my patch video. I'm wearing my Bone to Be Wild shirt.
Hmm.
I love Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm not like people have changed it into something that it's not, but
Mhm.
I love Halloween.
Would you decorate your house for Halloween?
I do every year more than Christmas.
Oh.
I decorate my house more for Halloween than Christmas.
Mm.
I
And
don't
I
get
love it.
I don't want the kids coming, the little kids. little kids come
Yeah.
and decorate because I live in a neighborhood where there's a ton of kids, and I don't want the kids coming to the gate in case
Yeah.
the kids are coming that let the dogs out. That would not be fun. So I keep everything dark. But Halloween was my favorite. I like the nails, and that's when my hair changes different colors. Is Halloween.
Well, I'm looking forward to getting back into it eventually.
William summer coat wearing in protest of the Summer Screen Industrial Complex. Absolutely. Hi, Laura. Hello, hello. My birthday is Halloween. Kids used to say,
Mm-hmm.
you get presents on Halloween. Oh, your birthday is actually on that day.
Wow.
Wow. I've known a lot of people that were born on Christmas.
Mhm.
A lot of people. My my church growing up had a Halloween carnival. I love Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I grew up Roman Catholic, so they weren't for it. Hey, Laura, great to see you. Great to see you. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, Laura.
I'm slowly deciding. So you guys think I should line that with yellow, huh?
Can I see it,
No, not yellow.
please?
Yellow's too much.
That would be that's 1970s Oakland Athletic right there.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been
If you want
watching
to
a
be
lot
a
of
baseball
baseball.
team, then you may.
Line it with that stuff back there. It's not so dark, or it's not so bright.
I have what I have because I'm trying to use the stuff that I have.
If
I
you line it with something that's not so bright, then you have a better chance of finding something that goes with it. That would be fine.
I have I have yards and yards and I still have quite a few
Right.
yards of this stuff.
Right.
Yay.
Or line it with a light yellow. You have a light yellow.
I have to see if I have a light yellow. I have to. Born on Christmas sounds like such a bum deal. Actually, my father was born, I believe, 2 days after Christmas. He used to always tell us, I want a Christmas gift and a birthday gift.
No. If I had somebody that was, if I had a baby that was born on Christmas Day, would have a half birthday. Absolutely have a half birthday. There's no way. We would celebrate a little bit, but then once summer hits, we'd have a big old pool party or something and just celebrate another birthday.
No.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter would have lunch. Halloween kids for lunch.
My brother was born in April. He used to say, why is Ron's birthday on Halloween every year and mine's on Easter? Only sometimes. Hey, every 7 years, my birthday's on the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since they changed it.
Yeah.
It's the first Sunday in February. So every 7 years, my birthday is the Super Bowl. Our neighborhood goes all out for Halloween. We used to have 800 to 1,000 trick-or-treaters. Do people get bussed in where you live? Because around here, there's certain neighborhoods where people literally get bussed in.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I live in the neighborhood, or the Oregon Ducks. That is so true, Sheila. I live in a neighborhood near an elementary school. So I think of generations every 7 years, but every generation will have a lot of kids, then not too many, then all of a sudden a lot of kids again. It's because people move in and out of my neighborhood. Summer birthdays are the best. I have a winter birthday.
I do. I know all of the kids in my neighborhood that live on my street. I only do it for the kids on my street because we live in there's cul-de-sacs on both sides and you're pretty much locked in, but they all get king size candy bars. And then the rest of the kids get the little fun size ones. We dress up and go down to the end of our driveway and we'll do a little scene or something like that. My kid will play crazy scientist or something, usually.
Lately, I've been buying too much candy. So my house is known as, hey, that guy gives handfuls. He's got giant hands. I saw one kid tap tap the kid in the shoulder and point to my house like, "Hey," because on both sides of my house, my neighbors
Mhm.
do not give out candy. On both
Um,
sides.
so if an adult comes up and trick or treats, would you still give them candy?
Yes, but I work in the field with special needs adults, so I give everyone candy. I don't care, like teenagers too.
Yeah, yeah.
Teenagers, like I don't care. I'm weird.
I just love it when they show up with like a 1-year-old baby, and I'm like, we know it's for you, honey.
Yeah. Oh,
Just
same.
here
I
you
hook
go.
them up too. I'm like, oh, you're gonna get
I
drunk
love
when
it.
you live here. Here you go. And there are buses and vans that drop people off. There's I live at the bottom of the hill, but in the top of the hill, in the really super richy neighborhood, people if you drive by on Halloween, there are literally vans on the corner. My best friend buys potatoes and gives kids an option of potato or candy. She always runs out of potatoes. I was
Mhm.
one of those kids. I would have taken I
Wow.
love baked potato my whole life. My whole life.
I used
My
to do popcorn balls for the kids. Make
oh,
popcorn balls.
that's what I was just about to say. My
Mm.
the priest to the Catholic Church, he used to make popcorn balls,
Right.
and that's what we got for Halloween every year.
I made the
What do I
popcorn
see?
balls and I put candy corn
Uh-huh.
in the popcorn balls.
Amazing. I've
And
never
now
made them.
you can't do that anymore because people think there's something in it.
Mm, no, I've never made popcorn balls.
They're fun. They're hot. Well, you have to do it when that corn syrup is hot. So you're forming that ball when that. And so I used to put butter on my hands. And
Oh yeah.
butter, margarine. Butter gets hot, but you can use margarine on your hands and form the balls and go to the next.
Okay.
Because
Good to know.
that table syrup cools off really fast.
I'm weird, but like it's different though because I don't know. I'll give candy to anybody. I'm trying to think. I've never turned anyone down. I'll give candy to anyone, but I love the kiddos that are me too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I like or like I've had to ask questions though, but because my son is of a certain age, I kind of know some of the newer stuff, but some of the really new stuff, I'm like, I have no idea who this character is. I used to work as a caregiver for intellectual disabilities adults too. I loved it. It was the highlight of my day. Absolutely.
Oh,
It's what I still do. I'm an overpaid janitor. I work at a giant property, but like it just makes me feel like I'm actually helping people. I would assume the adult or adult teen is trick or treating for themselves. Yeah, but you know what though? I trick or treated. It was different. My parents were like, "You're old. Go hang out with your friends. Don't trick or treat."
my mom wouldn't let me go after I was 13.
Same. After junior high, whatever age you are in junior high, my parents were like, "You are officially too old."
Yes.
Some people in the neighborhood complain when teens come to their doors. I'm like, would you rather? Exactly. That's another thing. I keep pumpkins in front of my house. I've never had a pumpkin smash. I will say though, one year I handed out candy, and I had a friend who lived. This was so long ago. This is when I used to drink. This is so long ago. She lived in a different neighborhood. I walked to her house because I knew I was going to be drinking. I'm walking. I got egged by kids.
Did you ever have cabbage night when you were?
No.
What's going on?
Do you know what cabbage night is?
Oh, I see now. I'm craving popcorn balls. No,
Sorry,
you're
have
throwing
you?
old cabbage. That sounds gross.
No. So cabbage night is when all the adults would buy like dozens and dozens and dozens of eggs.
That'd be nice.
Oh, look at that.
It'd be nice.
No.
And then the fire department would take their trucks, and because they didn't want us egging people's houses or cars or anything like that.
Mhm.
So then they would section off this like the road for us and like make detours, and then we would have an egg fight. But then a lot of kids would go around and toilet paper people's houses, and it's the night
Same,
before Halloween,
same.
just like pretty much destroying the town. So that's what we call it, cabbage night. Yep.
That's crazy. No, we
But
don't.
you're Nintendo.
It's become like I don't know. It's weird. I had a neighbor who was a high school teacher, and she would get TP'd every once in a while, but they really don't do that anymore. I don't like people coming to my door, so I stamp orange tissue paper and wrap a few pieces of candy, then go into clear bags. I like that. Like I like that too. There's a lot of people that put bowls out here too.
Done. You want to get down now?
So I'm too old to say my birthday is on Halloween. I should just say May 31st. No joke. I'm not kidding you. I knew somebody who was 29 twice, and on the second birthday, somebody was like, "Wait a minute." And they stopped the party. They were like, "Wait a minute. I was there when you were born." And they caught the person in a lie. But they were successfully 29 twice. I think you're having fun. You get candy. Absolutely. Absolutely. My railing on the stairs isn't stable, so I don't want anyone getting hurt. I totally understand. I have tiled steps in front of my house. I remove my mats when Halloween because I don't want anyone slipping. When I was a little kid, one of my neighbors slipped at my parents' house, sued my parents. So my whole life, I like my mat is tacked to the front of my house. Like I dry my tile because I'm constantly watering my grass. I dry my tile. Like I know what happens. Someone could easily walk on your property, slip, and then sue you.
Yes,
Never,
exactly. It's different when you don't have kids. Yes.
never heard of cabbage night. And if any kids ever egged or TP'd a house here, their parents would get a phone call and they'd have to pay for it. Halloween is different when you don't have kids at home. You know what's funny? My son, ever since he's become a little bit older, he goes with my ex-wife every year because she loves going to all these different haunted houses and stuff. I give out candy because I live in a house, you know. We have never had an issue with vandalism ever. Oh, even with a ton of people. That's good to know. That's good to know. I think the cosplayers are just kids too old to trick or treat. So, Ron, I used to go to Star Trek Comic Cons. You want to talk about Halloween? You'll be in the middle of Vegas. Some guy's wearing a Star Trek uniform at a subway. You're like, I know where he's going. I know where he's going. Oh, we sit at the edge of our driveway because we don't want anyone to see in our house. I love people that do that because they're just hanging out, having a good time. I love that. We have a place called Candy Cane Lane here, and during Christmas, these people go off. You can look it up online. I just don't want to dox myself, but there's many Candy Cane Lanes across America, but they sit in front of their house. You know, there's one guy, he's so hardcore. He has a skating rink on his front yard.
Oh my word.
Yes, these people go off.
So every year I'd have to wear a snowsuit underneath my Halloween outfit because that's how cold it was.
Oh.
It would snow probably 2 out of 3 Halloweens. That was always the first snow of the year was on Halloween. It was so weird.
Yep.
In Oregon, it rains every year on Halloween. Every year.
In Central Oregon, it freezes. It doesn't rain, it freezes.
Oh, wow. But here, I don't know. It only rained a couple of times. And I remember because I was young and I was like, what do you mean we're not? I trick-or-treated in the rain. Excuse me. Our neighborhood also goes crazy for Christmas.
That's amazing.
People go nuts so here.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody around here does anything, but I live in an area where pretty much every other house is a deputy sheriff or a DPS officer, or they're all police officers. They don't None of them. That's all it is. That's all you see cops everywhere.
Do you live near a prison?
There's 18 of them around
Yeah.
Pooh. Mhm.
It's in my area too. Every other house is a cop or
Yes.
a sheriff who works in a prison. Because
Uh,
our sheriffs run our prisons here.
None of these ones in this immediate area work in the prisons. They're actually highway patrol police officers.
Oh wow.
But they don't work in this particular county. They work in a different county, and that's what's funny.
Let me grab my chair. You know, lately I have been sewing my face off. I don't know what it is. I've been my sewing just I'm gonna take 5 minutes to sit down before and that table just completely crashed.
Ron, I used to scare the kids. I actually have a hand comes out onto it's a bowl, but when you reach into the bowl, this hand comes out and starts moving.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Scares people. It's hilarious.
I love stuff like that.
We used to set our porch up as a haunted house every year for the kids to come up into for the family. And one year we set up my stepfather. He had a bowl of candy, and then we put the vacuum underneath his where he is, and all you could see was his head. And so when the kids would come up, he'd keep his eyes closed, and as soon as they walked up to grab the candy, he'd turn on the vacuum and scare
Oh,
them.
I love
They're
that.
like, you know,
I used to scare kids all the time. It's hilarious.
My dad used to wear a devil mask and scare all the kids. I love that.
My funniest ones is like when Lowe's puts out their Halloween, those animated things.
oh yeah,
There's a really gnarly werewolf, and as soon as you walk by, its hands will move forward. If you're within touching distance, it will touch you.
oh
My neighborhood goes all up for Halloween. We even changed our name from New Bedford to New Deadford. I love that. When I was growing up, a lot of us didn't wear costumes because you had to wear a winter coat and at that and
yeah,
at that point, it's like, what's the point of a costume? I totally.
yeah. I got you, Gilroy. Absolutely.
Speaking of not too fond of my kid living so close to a detention center while being 160 miles away from me, I live in the state of California. If you live near a highway, you live near a prison. Going north in where I live, if you go north from my town, every other stop there's a prison,
Mhm.
and they're named after the towns. I could sit here and name the.
Yeah.
If you go on the 5 or the 99 going north, every other stop is a prison.
The towns are named after the prison, or the prisons are named after the town.
Absolutely, it's like Texas, Arizona, and California. The only places I've ever been where there's more prisons than school.
Yes, that's a fact.
I'd live by a prison. If a guy breaks out, you think he's gonna stick around? He's gonna run far away. And
No.
do you really think criminals? Okay, so I live near an elementary school, and it hasn't happened in a while. But when I was a kid, people would break out, and they would always end up in that field for some reason.
Or here they go, they've been caught. They'll go into the school thinking they can hide in the school.
Yes, I don't know. Like, don't you know people are going to be there in the morning? I still don't understand why people think they can run to elementary schools to hide.
They do it though, and it's like, why are you going to the school? No.
And they switched the prison from my house to a minimum to a maximum security. And I'm not kidding you. There's more breakouts with it being maximum security.
Hmm.
But with that being said, breakouts are rare. I don't believe they would, but it's quick access to change clothes. But breakouts are rare, but they happen.
They do happen for somebody not paying attention, and they get out.
So when Isaiah was little, there was one in Dannemora, New York. Do you remember that one?
Is that the guy who used Eddie Murphy's picture?
No, no. Well, I don't really want to get into all of it, but okay, these two guys worked the sewing circuit, got this lady like underneath their magical spell. They figured out how to break out of their cell through the air duct system and the heating system. And then she was supposed to meet them out on the street. She didn't. She faked a heart attack because she was just having so much heart complications. And then they actually went on the run. And I think they killed a couple people when they were on the run. And they ended up, one of them ended up dying, but they were trying to get to Canada. And one was like 2 miles away from Canada when he was finally found. But it was just this big, huge manhunt up in upstate New York for months. And I was there. I was up there for some of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was scary, just the way that they would talk about it. And like we weren't allowed, like we had a curfew at night and everything.
I don't want to dox myself, but I live near a ton of prisons.
Yeah,
California is like
the
Central
home of
California
prisoners.
is nothing. I would say Texas is the only other place that has more prisons than California. Because
Well, I
Texas
mean,
has
you
more
have more
land.
state.
Well, they have more land.
Yeah.
So that's terrible, Ed. That is terrible. I just watched that show. The inmates took it as a challenge.
But they have a whole Netflix show on it and everything.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
So,
You know, I'm still subscribed to a news station in Alabama. A couple years ago, there was a prison guard who fell in love with a prisoner and she escaped with him. I don't know why I followed every minute of that story. And
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
the news channel I subscribe to, they're in this little town in Alabama. That's their beat, is this town. And so they still, because they obviously saw on their YouTube channel how their subscribers jumped. So they still talk about it. We do have a lot of people here. There are more people in Southern California than in, no, actually, no. Excuse me. There's more people in California than all of Australia
Mm-hmm.
because they have 28 million. We have like 32. And there's more people in California than all of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a ton of people. I can't remember her name. I can't remember. It was just so weird because that's something you would see in a movie. It is literally life imitating art and not the other way around. So it was interesting to me. I think they made several bad Lifetime movies. I actually watched a YouTube video that was like, these movies are bad even for me. But you know what though? I for as much as I can do anything I want, I lead the cookie cutter life. I go to work, I take my kid to school, I pay my taxes, I water my front lawn, I'm giving the Fight Club speech. So when stories like that come up, it's interesting when people freak out like that. It's interesting. Lifetime makes movies about everything. You know what though? For as much as I like sci-fi movies, I'll watch a Lifetime movie because they're just as bad.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I love bad acting. Oh man, I'll watch a Lifetime movie. Somebody could spill a cup of coffee on a waiting room rug, and Lifetime would make a movie about it. Okay, Kilroy, but during Christmas, I get lonely. I am man enough to admit I get lonely. Those Lifetime movies carry me through. Those terrible, terrible movies carry me through Christmas. We watch a ton of true crime because my father loves it. I take years off of true crime. I feel like I watched too much. I was giving myself nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, there was somebody that looked like somebody who was on a true crime who applied for a job. I ran their name 15 times. This person should be Pope.
Oh wow.
It's just not their fault that they looked like somebody. But I love true crime as well. I do. And with the internet, like I fall into the weirdest channels. Is there anything that you watch on YouTube that you watch it but you're like not into it? Like I'm not a race car driver, but I watch a lot of stuff about like people who build NASCAR cars.
Nope. I watch Marvel comic stuff. That's it.
I know a lot of people that are really into that
I
Canadian
I
show.
do love Heartland. Yes, I do. I loved that. Oh, yes. I like Heartland. Yes.
I don't think I've seen that. I have to look into that.
Horses. The love of horses.
Okay.
It's they have a horse ranch and it goes through their whole life, but it's based in Canada, and it is, you know, no murdering and well, actually, no, that's not true either. But it's not. It's not something that would give you nightmares. It's just, and I don't like Hallmark movies, but it's like a Hallmark movies, but it's a series.
What Laura is saying though is one of the reasons why I still watch Star Trek and stuff because I'm not kidding you. My 70-something-year-old mother, I'll walk into her house and she's watching a movie and someone's like screaming, "No, stop it." And she's like eating dinner. I can't do that. I cannot watch gory movies. I can't. And maybe it's because I was raised by those desensitized people. I can't do it. So I watch a lot of stuff that is like I watch a lot of Star Trek, Doctor Who, endlessly. I watch a lot of happy stuff.
I don't know. I enjoy gory movies though, so I can't say Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Pinhead, and Pumpkinhead Pumpkinhead movies are funny.
I own all the Pumpkinhead movies.
Right. They're funny. I mean,
They're hilarious.
there's nothing. It's gory, but it's not gory. To me, they're hilarious.
I still watch Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yes.
I love stuff. See, but that stuff's hilarious. This new age stuff. There's some stuff where I tell my mom, I'm like, "You need therapy, ma'am. You need therapy. Like, why are you watching?" But she's desensitized.
No.
Maybe I still have empathy. I don't know.
I don't like the AI stuff coming out. I don't like AI movies at all.
Last Christmas, my daughter and I binge watched Hallmark Christmas movies. We made a drinking game out of them. Oh, I love stuff like that. Trek is definitely dinner and watching. Absolutely. I'm so biased, though. I love Star Trek. So I am so biased when it comes. But also, it's not like, I don't know, even the newer stuff. Like, I have everything, even Discovery, Lower Decks. It's not. I don't know. It is very family friendly. It is extremely family friendly. Do you watch sitcom? Do you watch any any of the big stations like CBS, NBC, ABC? Do you watch any sitcoms?
Nope.
That sounds like fun. I have not watched a sitcom. I can't remember the last sitcom I watched. That wasn't from the 70s or 80s.
I don't like most of the channels, and I hate commercials, so I won't watch them.
It's so new to me. Like the shows, I have a low tolerance for a lot of this stuff, but if it's new to me, I'll watch it. But I haven't found anything to get into because I feel like they're all trying to pretend like it's the 90s again.
Right.
And that era is come and gone.
Three's Company, that era in time, and I think it was called That 70s Show. But then they started moving. It's like that was the end of my watching sitcoms. No.
I'm trying to think if there's anything besides sport. I had the big talk with my son. Like, we're gonna get rid of cable. I'm gonna keep it in a few rooms, but he doesn't watch it. And right. You, Sheila, I'm so sorry, Rita. You probably know how much I pay per box. I have a box in every room except for the closet and the bathroom. I have a box in my living room, in my kitchen, in my son's room, I have a box in here. I have a box in the garage. I pay a lot of money per box.
Per box. You pay per box just for the rental of the box.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
And then
And
I found out through a phone call they were charging me for a piece of equipment I hadn't had in 6 years because their boosters were junk. So I bought my own and I gave it back to them, and they were still charging me.
yep, they did that to me too. And I'm like, this is mine, not yours.
It's just it's so I'm real, but I'm gonna keep it in a couple rooms because I watch a lot of sports. It's just I'm paying a lot of. I don't want to be scared for my entertainment. I totally agree, Laura.
Yep.
Dinner Time is original series. There were a lot of like I had a Canadian VPN, so I fell in show with this. I fell in love with this show called Friday Night Dinner. There were a lot of shows that I fell in love with, but even those shows have come and gone. I have Hallmark bingo cards. I'll mail them to you. It- every time she wore a new coat or I had her a drink, not a shot. There would have been too much. I can't remember them all. Oh, that's great. I love that.
Mm. I have 1, 2, 3.
Get Wi-Fi and one good router. Well, it was because when my son was younger, I went from when I got divorced, man, I had time of my life. And then my son, it just became my son and me, and it was just me and this 2-year-old in the house. And so I put a box in every room because we were hanging out in the house. We didn't go, like when you have a kid, you can only leave the house. So you can only go to Chuck E. Cheese so many times, the park. We lived at the park, but we still had to come home. Oh, they're not trying to pretend it's the 90s again. Folks just know. It was TV that worked for a lot of people and they're for a generation of folks that haven't seen it. I agree. I agree with you. It's just, some of it's hard to watch.
Mhm.
Hallmark bingo cards, genius. Absolutely. But one of the reasons that I even know these things exist is because I pay a lot of money for cable. So I'm like, oh no, let me cruise the channels to see what's on.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many. Like, I obsessively watch the hockey channel, but the season's going to be over soon.
Mm-hmm.
And this happens to me every year. I'm glad that you guys are around. I go through this weird depression when hockey's over because I don't know what to watch because it's all I watch. All
Besides the reruns, and then you start watching MLB.
that is
Maybe.
true. No, the World Series got me back in the Dodgers. I have been watching every game. I actually know their record. No, last year, like I
Yeah.
watched them, but not like this year. We got rid of cable during the pandemic because my husband was let go of his job. We got rid of all extras and never went
Yeah.
back to it. I think that's what like I think that's another thing in a lot of ways. Like I'm spending a lot of money for things I don't use.
Mhm.
And that money could be allocated to all sorts of other fun stuff. And cable, I don't pay as much as Rita, but cable is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's embarrassing how much I pay. But if I'm trying to think if I had Hulu and all those, well, I do have a couple of those, but wouldn't it be just as expensive at 15, $20 a pop?
I mean, it all depends on your streaming platform. So, I mean, because we have Amazon Prime, you get Prime, that movie channel, like the movie channel and like the shows that come on Prime.
With commercials.
Yeah, but I mean, there's commercials everywhere.
No, I don't watch
Well,
any
yeah, I
shows.
just don't live with them.
I don't do commercials. I hate them.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay the extra money just
To me,
but
I'll pay them more money for the
yeah.
extras because we don't go out to eat. Our entertainment is because like Baron, he watches the wrestling people, MMA and wrestling, and that's his thing. And I know when it's on because I can hear him thumping on the floor and screaming, "MMA's on!"
Oh, that's amazing.
And that's the entertainment. So it's like,
Yeah, and
but
then you don't have kids at home. You have your fur babies, but
and that
yeah,
is the entertainment. So it's like
yeah,
if I actually had human children, would I shut it down? Probably not.
yeah.
we have 7 TVs in the house. They all have a box.
Yeah.
They all
Mm.
have Roku. They all have access to Hulu. They all have access to Netflix and cable and the movie channels.
Mhm.
Whatever. I don't know what channel he watches the MMA on. I don't. It doesn't. Sorry, William. It doesn't.
I can tell you exactly what channel. ESPN. It's on it's on all
Yeah.
different channels. Because
No.
every Saturday night they have the prelims. Because I know this because my son has the MMA thing basically where he can watch MMA at any time, and
Right.
on ESPN the prelims that you can watch are on TV. Then the rest of it's on pay per view.
He watches the pay per view. It's
Yeah.
the pay-per-view side he's watching. I don't know what channel it is because MMA just doesn't. It doesn't. I don't know. I just have
As
never.
an MMA dad, it took me a long time to even be in the room. I'm not kidding you. I could not be in the room of my son punching or being punched.
Right.
It took me a while.
My
That's
oldest
funny.
daughter, her first husband was an MMA cage fighter. That's what he did. And I'm like, and I went, he invited me. And the first kick to the face, I about got sick to my stomach. I had to leave. I'm not watching that. That's just, to me, is violence. No.
Yeah.
I actually watch cricket, highlight,
Mm-hmm.
Australian rules football because I have these channels and I don't sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I got actually into I believe it was the West Indies Invitational.
Mm-hmm.
I was Googling cricket rules and how to play cricket because I had I'm like, this is, and then I got into it.
Mm.
So I watch since I was a little kid, I've watched Australian rules football. I don't know any of the rules. Rugby, watching it my whole life, don't know any of the rules,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
especially
do like
rugby.
racing though, like the Kentucky Derby, but that's because when I was living in Louisville, I actually went to go see the actual Kentucky Derby live. It was amazing.
I'm into horse racing because my brother was a degenerate gambler and he would
Mm.
take me to Santa Anita and they had the
Mhm.
greatest hot dogs. They had the greatest food. And as a kid, I would I would pick the biggest horse. Like, I'm going to put $1 down. One time I won $10. I thought I won $1,000,000. They're like, your horse came in 5th, man. You won $10. Come here. Like, because the horse was a long shot,
Yeah. Big time score.
Oh, I was a child. And the fact that they let a child gamble, it was different
Amazing.
times. It was different times.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And they no longer do it, but there used to be a Greyhound racing track outside of Phoenix, Arizona. And that place
That's there no,
they was that
it's not there no more.
oh no, it was long gone.
Yeah,
They got rid of it 20 something years.
closed the other one too.
Crazy. They got rid of it 20 something years ago.
Mm-hmm. No, this is when they just recently closed about a year ago.
Oh wow.
They closed it. It's gone.
The one that I'm thinking of, they tried to switch it to horses, but it never got popular, I actually knew someone that had a rescue greyhound.
Mm-hmm.
It was the shakiest. It was literally like The Simpsons. It was like hanging out with a Simpsons character. That dog had a personality. That dog would look you in the eye and try to talk to you. Someone once gifted my dad a racehorse. It was a weird situation.
That was scary. You.
You know what? One time, I knew someone that came home in a car that wasn't there, and they were like, "I got really lucky at poker."
Oh,
We're not kidding. So it happens. It happens. Did you know in Vegas they'll take the slip to your car and give you money for it?
No.
Yeah, you can take this slip to your house and go put it up at a casino.
No, thank you.
Yep.
you can. You're. Yeah.
That is
They'll
no,
and
no,
they'll slowly own your house.
Yes.
Whatever
no.
casino.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Oh, you could literally anything that you legally own, you could sign to a casino and they'll give you money value for it if you're compulsively gambling there.
yeah.
We had a greyhound racing and quarter horse racing. Friends raced horses. It's a crazy world. That
Yep.
world is insane.
Hmm.
I was kind of an explorer as a kid. I would walk around the Santa Anita racetracks. That place is crazy. And if you think about the amount of money that people spend for horses, because they're sending these horses around the world and they're not sitting in the front row of a plane, they're being shipped as freight.
Yes.
Mhm.
So you have to pay per pound of a literal horse.
Wow, yeah.
That world is crazy. The horse racing world is insane.
But those
I know a
horses,
little bit too much about
yeah.
it.
Oh,
My neighbor's got horses. From what I've heard, there are a lot of drama in the horse world.
well, that's kind of like what Heartland's about. It's about rescue horses, but some of them do race. You would like Heartland.
We're like because of where I live, we like all the ranches around me are all rescue.
Right.
We
Mm,
have a monkey rescue on the right. The mini horses are down to the left. The big horses are down. Like there's just and it's sad the way people treat things, but I'm glad that there are people around to actually help these animals, you know. The gibbon place, I'm gonna go in there one day. I just like with my job, there's HIPAA and all kinds of stuff where I really can't record. But the monkey farm, I don't work there. But it's just crazy to see a bunch of gibbons out in the middle of the desert.
mhm. I can
But
imagine.
it's a rescue, and I can hear them every morning. When the sun comes up, they are activated.
Yep.
Wow.
I want a micro pig, is what I want.
Hmm.
They don't get over this big.
Just little.
So bad.
Racehorses fly on specially designed
Yes,
planes.
they do because they can't. Um, the horses break their legs, so they're specially designed to haul horses.
So Rita, when you say mini pig, is that burrito size?
No, no, no. This is they're actually called micro pigs,
Oh, okay.
and they don't get over 3 or 4 pounds.
Oh wow.
They're literally
They used to like little piglets.
they right. They're the size of baby piglets,
Yeah.
and that's adult. They don't get big. They're called micro pigs.
I don't think I've ever come across a micro pig.
You have to look it up. They are so cute. They stay forever looking like a baby piglet,
Hmm.
but you cannot give them human food. The second you start giving them human food, they'll do the same thing as the potbelly pigs, and then they start looking like they get that big thing on their neck. They start looking like an overweight pig. Then you have to be very strict in their diet.
I've only been around like State Farm, USDA's, you know, like State Fair, big pigs. Like,
No,
wow, that's a big
these
pig.
are literally the size of a piglet. That and they stay that way. They're little tiny pigs.
How long do they live?
The ones I looked at live anywhere between 5 and 10 years. Of course, it's a hybrid thing, so it's new. They're new, so it's like, but they have the personality of a big old boar. They're mean. They can be.
It's like with min pins. I owned a min pin. No one ever told a miniature pincher that it's a mini. They think that they
No,
are huge.
they think that they're a 200-pound full-bred Doberman.
Imagine tiny pigs running for covers as William waves a tortilla at there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I,
Hmm.
I,
Yep. The micro pigs are cute though. They're cute, cute.
I'm from the city, but when it comes to animals, I'm very country.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I'd be pouring gravy on them,
Mm-hmm.
putting them in between biscuits.
No, no,
Well,
no.
Lucy May will have to protect them from you.
Or a miniature cow. Those are a miniature cow. They have micro cows now.
They
Yes.
do. They
What?
because of somebody. I know way too much about the micro mini world.
I had no
And
idea.
my shorts are flooded. I have to start watching surfing videos again because for some reason
Oh,
surfing floods your shorts.
they have
But
micro cows.
my
They're the size of a small dog. The same, the micro cows. They're so cute. They look like a calf, but they never get big.
as a farmer, what are you gonna do with a micro cow?
That's what I've tried to figure out. Why are people breeding these very large animals and keep breeding them? I said burrito pig. Yep.
Well, I ask, is that burrito sized?
Yeah, pretty
I get a
much.
breakfast burrito. There's a greasy spoon I go to. I get a breakfast burrito. That thing is literally like I have to hold it with two
Right.
hands. It's so big.
I don't know why they're taking these large animals and bring them. I guess maybe they think people won't eat them. Sorry, but
You know what though? Like, um, uh, Chihuahua, Mexico. Those dogs are like the pride of Mexico, but they were really only in that region. Then they got popular,
mhm.
and then Chihuahuas are every where I live. People still walk around with Chihuahuas in purses.
Yes,
Still,
the
still.
applehead Chihuahua is the typical Mexican Chihuahua. They're so cute, but they're mean.
They're vicious.
That's what Zelene is. She's part applehead Chihuahua, and she has that attitude.
Mm.
Like, I'm the boss. I'm going to go attack the 200-pound dog, and the 200-pound dog's going to roll over. Well, that's what the 200-pound dog does, is rolls over.
I love the spirit of the Chihuahua. I owned a Min Pin, so I
Huh?
love the spirit of a little dog
There.
because
Yes.
they don't realize that they're not scared of anything.
No.
Mm.
A Chihuahua will go up against a bear. Those videos pop up in my feed too.
A bear will most of the time run from a small Chihuahua because that yappy, they don't like
Mhm.
that yappy, and that's what causes the bear to run.
Jess, there's a company that's called Swig Life that has Highland cow tumblers.
Yep.
You don't tell me, you tell William.
William, there's a company called Swig Life that has Highland cow tumblers.
Yes.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yes.
Jim and
Yes.
Big Mix is the best personality.
Yes. But they still don't know their little miniature dogs.
I was trying to hint that you should get me one.
To go with your
Oh, I
fuzzy
know.
puppies or
No. Never mind. Not even going to talk about it. No.
Well, it's been another informative session and good laugh. And yes, I think that Teddy will become a dog toy. Thanks, guys. Hope to catch y'all in the next one. Thank you so much for stopping by, Colleen. Thank you so much. I'll be back at it on Friday. Saturday for you, but Friday for us. Thank you so much. Absolutely. When those dogs got popular, they're everywhere here. Everywhere here.
Mhm.
And it's funny, and Paris Hilton made those dogs extremely popular.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the reasons why it is illegal to buy or sell a dog in my state. You have to get all dogs from a shelter.
I just find that hilarious.
There's breeders everywhere, but it is illegal to buy a dog.
Well, from a pet store or just
We don't have
a
pet stores
breeder
anymore.
too?
We don't have pet stores at all anymore.
California got rid of all their pet stores.
There, you can no longer ask how much is that puppy in the window.
Oh.
Oh yeah, they got rid of all of them here.
Because people were buying them and not and selling them to labs.
And also, We have in my neighborhood when I was in high school, there was an army of at least 30 cats.
Mhm.
There was one that they were trying to catch because she could not stop having babies. Like, and so something had to be done because I live in an area of mass people and people do not take care of their animals. I
No.
feed strays. I feed strays because people abandon their cats,
Yep.
Yeah.
you know.
Thank
The other
you.
day I said in a chat of someone that I absolutely love and respect, she was shocked that I was taking care of a black cat and I told her people abandon black cats. And I don't even want to get into the reasons why because really it doesn't matter if you abandon a cat, you're a terrible human.
Absolutely.
But I've fed more than one black cat because I thought it was the same cat, but it wasn't. So people abandon black. It's weird.
What do they sell at PetSmart and Petco? Food?
You can get fish. You can get feed. You
Fish,
can get
accessories,
all
Birds,
the
toys,
birds.
all the horse.
hamsters.
Oh yeah, all the horse stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's special stuff like that tail and mane and all the like
Mm,
certain type of cow of licks and stuff. PetSmart has changed. But they did the same thing that SeaWorld did. SeaWorld can no longer bring in new animals, so they just put up a bunch of rides.
Yep.
SeaWorld is like an amusement park now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's much different from when I met Shamu. I want to find that picture. I am
Yeah.
this tall, and I'm like this, and Shamu is behind me in the tank, and Shamu's like, "Come in the water, little boy. You look like a snack."
I have a
Oh,
picture from 1982.
I have one from probably 7 years later. I was standing in front of Shamu.
I was in Navy, and we went to go see Shamu.
Was that at Marineland or SeaWorld?
SeaWorld.
Because Shamu was at Marineland, and I only know this because I was watching Carson, and he was like, "I want to go see Shamu," and I was like, "Hold on, what year is it?" I was googling, but Shamu was at both Marineland and what's it called? And
They were
SeaWorld.
saying it was SeaWorld that was Shamu, and he's right behind me in my black and white.
Oh, that's so funny.
And it's like, and the only reason I remember is because I was looking through my scrapbook. It's like, oh, there's that picture of Shamu.
I gotta
Come on,
find that.
You're
I
so
love
correct, man. Like half the things that we like are illegal in California.
You haven't said that in a while. You haven't.
No,
Everything is illegal in California.
everything's legal. Well, we haven't had any leeway into it, so yeah.
The only real beef I have now is with the whole push for solar powered stuff and trying to get rid of gas. I
Yeah.
own like 15 chainsaws, 25 weed whackers, cars, generators. I'm
It's
a
not gonna
dinosaur.
happen soon.
Petco
I
here
don't-
has rescues and into features that are available cats and dogs. Wow. They quit selling cats and dogs here a long time ago. You can still go buy a lizard. You can go get a beta. You can go get a fish. You can go get a goldfish.
Mhm.
But you can't buy a dog. California kind of is another country. We have the same laws as Canada, basically. We do. Well, they have harsher laws than us. We can own BB guns here.
Yes.
So, hold on. They'll never get rid of gas. It's true. It's so true. It is so true. Well, we have plenty of shelters. You see, exactly. We have tons of shelters where you can adopt a cat or a dog. And that was the ideal because we have an endless amount of dogs and cats that need to be adopted. Endless amount here. So they did one thing for the other.
Mhm.
Well, we've gone around Jupiter twice this evening. It has been another crazy evening here in the House of Sewing. Rita, thank you so much for hanging out.
Mhm.
Winnie
and my
McQuinn.
voice.
It's okay. I lose my voice all the time. Oh, so who said that? Somebody said recently in the chat, they're like, I don't know how you don't lose your voice. Oh, it was Phoenix. I lose my voice all the time. All the time. One of these days, I want to I want to start at San Diego and go up the Pacific Coast Highway. It is such a beautiful drive.
The drive. It's a good drive.
I've
Mhm.
done that I've done that from like Ventura all the way up to Oregon,
Hmm.
and it's beautiful. Or start in Washington State and go down. Do you know what's beautiful is I've taken the Amtrak.
Mhm.
It goes through unincorporated Washington and Oregon, and it's breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. Thank you
Mhm.
so much for everybody hanging out tonight. We'll be back at it on Friday with anybody that wants to hang out. I absolutely appreciate you. And to all the people who watched it in the replay, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Quite a few people watched this in the replay all the way to the end. So thank you very much. Well, two refineries are scheduled to close in the next 6 months. But yup, it's going to be crazy times here. Well, I hope
Ridiculous.
everybody has a great week. I will see you guys in the chat. I'm working on everything right now. I'm going to try to slow down with my shorts because I've been pumping out shorts every day. But I say that, but tomorrow morning you might see a green coat. I might let it go another day. We'll
Mm,
see.
Be a green coat tomorrow. You watch.
we will. We're gonna have a green coat.
It
Uh huh.
depends if I'm going to eat pancakes or a protein shake. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Thank you
Mm.
so much for hanging out. I will see everybody on Friday. And like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.